But yeah, my hands are very soft. Now, I do grip a golf club, but I hold a golf club like it's a bird in my hands.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How
What
is
you're
your golf
supposed to do.
game?
Shot a 78 at Strawberry Creek with an asterisk because I had my breakfast ball on my penultimate shot. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm hitting the ball solidly. Yes, thank you.
Good.
But President Obama,
President
yes,
Obama
sure.
said, yeah, he was dismissed from jury duty. And then the whole jury pool, they were all let go. They were all sent home early. But so many people were inspired that, oh, godly man, the second coming had arrived.
Shows us all that I don't have a good excuse, and it's an important duty for all of us. So if he's going to show up, I guess we all have to show up for this.
Do you know what voir dire is?
Is that
voir dire
like the
is
dressing you put on your salad?
Yes, it's that. It has two definitions. It's the salad dressing, and it's also the questioning that the attorneys do of the prospective jurors to see if they should serve in the jury. And I was hoping, somebody would ask President Obama, if you had a son, would he look like my client here? So I just thought that was hi-oh,
hey.
Yeah, there you go.
I have been trying to get on jury duty every single year since I was 18 years old. To get to go sit in an air-conditioned room downtown, judging people while my lunch is paid for, that is the life.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, Chance the Rapper inserting himself into local politics. We'll tell you why, and did he accomplish anything? But first, here's your forecast with who's going to do chit chat.
No, I'll do it right now.
Because we have snow coming. This is a big deal.
Well, I'm doing it from my iPhone app right now because nobody brought any weather.
Oh, because nobody loves
It's
you.
37 degrees right now where we're at, and it's going to get to about 41 by 9 a.m., and
I'm sorry, this just in. Keith printed out a weather for you. Keith Conrad, our executive producer.
It was right in front of my face.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hey, read this.
Today, cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing with the temperature rising to near 41 by 9 a.m., then falling to around 31 during the remainder of the day. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 22. Tomorrow, snow showers likely, mainly before noon. Partly sunny with a high near 33. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 40. Cloudy overnight with a low around 37. And Sunday, a 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 43. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 34. And now for a check of traffic, let me guess. Flying Officer Irv Hayden. No, I'm going to say Jim Telemonte.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Keith. Oak Park had a collision involving a car and a pedestrian. Oak Park Avenue at Division Street. The expressways seeing the usual early slowdowns on the south side. Inbound I-57, inbound Bishop Ford, both with 2-minute delays approaching the Ryan. The inbound Ryan is a little heavy, Roosevelt into the Burns Circle. Eisenhower inbound at Western Avenue on the exit ramp to Western. We have a crash just reported. Elsewhere right now, the expressways and tollways looking good. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. Stay warm this winter. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for winter storms and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender involves so much more than just a rate. Only Quicken Loans has earned 11 J.D. Power Awards. No other lender comes close to that level of client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage. It gives our clients a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online in minutes. No one else has anything like it. And our people. Each one of our 17,000-plus team members throughout Detroit, Cleveland, and Phoenix provides absolute client satisfaction each and every day. So why would you go anywhere else to get your mortgage? Go to America's #1 online lender. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com for the best mortgage experience on earth. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Confidence. Do you have it? Dr. Elizabeth Shake wants to help you find your confidence. Confidence is what you feel when you know your teeth are white, your gums healthy, and your breath fresh. And that confidence shows in your smile and the way you relate to your family, friends, and coworkers. That's why after a cleaning, a whitening treatment, or a dental procedure, Walden Square Dental Care wants to see you feeling happy and confident when you leave their office. Dr. Elizabeth and her team from Walden Square Dental Care will do whatever they can to make you feel comfortable. Your health and well-being is their priority. Plus, all your concerns will be addressed, from dental procedures to dental billing, and the result is your fresh, confident, beautiful smile.
Walden Square Dental Care, serving Grays Lake, Gurnee, and Libertyville. Your complete family dental care practice. Visit waldensquaredental.com or for an appointment, call 847-223-0110. That's 847-223-0110.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your big, bulky CPAP device with you whenever you leave home? Yeah, well, I was too. That's why I'm so glad I called to try the Transcend Mini CPAP for 10 nights. I can't imagine living without it now. My Transcend is smaller than a soda can and weighs less than a pound. That's less hassle to carry than my shaving kit. Plus, I was able to add a battery pack that's as tiny as a deck of cards. But hey, that's not all. Transcend is FAA compliant too, which means I can finally sleep comfortably while flying. Heck, I can sleep comfortably anywhere now. So if that all sounds good to you, call now to give Transcend a try. You'll be glad you did.
Experience the life-changing freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere thanks to Transcend, the world's very first mini CPAP. To receive your risk-free 10-night trial, call now. 1-800-400-8168. Again, that's 1-800-400-8168. 1-800-400-8168.
AM 560, The Answer.
All right, so, oh, yeah. Hey, baby, she's got it.
Yeah.
Bruce has got it.
Look at here. Hey, before we go on to anything else, I hate to be presumptuous here, but I would like to congratulate your volleyball team.
Yeah, because,
what is it, 5th, 6th, 7th,
5th,
and
6th. I'm a head coach for 5th and 6th, an assistant for 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
And we went to Bell. We went into the Lions Den yesterday, our Blaine Blue Jays. And we took it in 2.
Wow.
5th and 6th took it in 2, and 7th and 8th.
I feel like Karch Karai right now.
Because as they say, and I don't know if I can say this enough, it's not about the girls. It's really all about the coaching.
Sure. What were you wearing, girlfriend?
I was wearing Blaine Coach sweatshirt.
Sure.
I look really like
with the spandex pants.
I did have spandex pants.
Sure, I noticed.
They were Blaine blue.
Certainly. You're wearing them today too. So
these are my black.
You never really got out of them.
No,
okay.
I showered. Don't you worry there.
Okay.
I got all dolled up for you.
All right.
Or I tried. Sorry, it's the best I can do. But yeah, thank you. So now we play Hawthorne. Ooh, that game's gonna be ugly.
You mean Hawthorne from the suburbs?
No, honey. We're city.
Oh, okay.
We're city smart.
I thought it was like an enterprise.
No, we play Hawthorne, I believe, Monday at Blaine, not at Hawthorne. So that's going to be a very interesting game.
Tell me, is there a difference, road versus home?
Yeah. They call it home court advantage for a reason.
We're talking about, a local high school or grade school, middle school.
Middle school?
Yeah.
It doesn't
volleyball team. That's our sports for today.
It doesn't get more exciting than middle school girls volleyball. Sure. No, but they are tough, and
Let the record show that
them.
Amy Jacobson is moisturizing herself right now on the radio. If you're watching online, she's moisturizing.
I got to keep it clean, man.
A little Jergens lotion, I guess.
My skin's a little tight because I know it's November, but when you're out in the woods for 3 days with just straight sunshine, even if it's cold out, a lot of people have sunburned. And I didn't take that into account, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Does the moisturizing attract bears when you're out there? Ooh, you smell
smell a moist Swede.
A Swedish newscastress coming at us. Haven't had one of those recently.
Actually,
isn't that right, Yogi? Yeah, it's right. Oh, that's I did boo boo as Yogi.
Boo boo.
Boo boo. Oh, wonderful. We'll do a honeymooners routine one of these days. You could be Aunt Connie. Great.
That's funny. But we did, just so you know, because we talked briefly about Stranger Things.
Yes.
We were in a town, and I pretended that we were near Hawkins, Indiana, and everybody got scared. And then we were at the campfire, and a tree branch fell, and everybody was like, "It's
That's
here!"
terrific.
I go, "It's here."
Stranger Things, for those of you who don't get
down,
Nutflix, as my mother-in-law calls it. But that's a great series, and they just had the second season. It's with Winona Ryder, and it's basically
she's so
it's
good,
set in
isn't
the early to 80s, so there's a lot of nostalgia there. And it's kind of like like E.T. The kids ride around in bicycles, which back in the day when kids could ride in bicycles and didn't need chaperones like you.
And they hide somebody in the basement.
Right. I mean, the only thing that's untoward is that there's a monster. But other than that, it's just like a nice, idyllic life.
It's a scary monster. That's why I understand why some parents don't let their kids see it. Because I had a hard time sleeping at camp because, when it was dark out, it was dark out. There was no
lights.
Street lights, nothing. So
Right. Well, you do have your cell phone light, though, don't you?
We had no cell phone service.
But you can use the light on your cell phone, can't you?
We are encouraged not to bring
You didn't even bring... Come on,
I did bring
brought your cell phone.
Because you know why? Because at night I had to put the white noise on. To get the girls to be quiet.
And what was the white noise? What did the white noise consist of?
Shh. And one girl generously, Amy, I don't like white noise. I'm like, it's Miss Jacobson to you.
There you go. Those kids are tough.
Real quick, Chance the Rapper was
good old number 3.
Yes. Yeah. What's up with the number 3?
I don't know.
Why does he have that on his hat?
I think he's a big fan of Babe Ruth.
Well, when you talk in front of the city council, take the hat off.
He didn't take the hat off when he talked in front of the city council. Well,
So
Rahm had walked out before he came in.
Well, he did?
Oh, yeah.
We had President Obama in one building, and then a few doors down, we had Chance the Rapper, and he was upset about this new $95 million
police academy.
Police academy.
They're going to build on the west side, Garfield Park.
He thinks the money should go. So now he's trying to dictate how our city tax dollars are used. I think he feels entitled because he did donate $1 million to CPS, which is
he's
a
like
joke.
one of the Koch brothers.
Yeah, I wonder where that money's going to go. All right, here's Chance.
The school, with just $100,000 in 3 years, is about to make some transformative changes.
Or high school.
It'd be awesome, though, if we could get them pools at their school.
Yeah, everybody wants a
pool.
Sorry.
A library, a new library, or a museum, or any of the things that are proposed in the budget for this $95 million cop academy.
A museum in the school?
Yeah, he's a hot mess.
I got a question for good old number 3. Isn't one of the complaints that we don't have enough good police out there? So we need a police academy, don't we?
A state-of-the-art police academy where we have a place where there's simulations, where you learn how to shoot and not shoot, where you learn how to stand down.
Right, we need that. Where you learn when there's a guy down on the ground and you've already shot him, you don't have to shoot him 15 more times.
Yeah.
I've been asking for money for over a year now to fund these classrooms, and on the 4th of July weekend, they announced that they're, very, in like a cool finessing way, that they have $95 million, or that they're proposing to build a $95 million cop academy. What else can I say? What is y'all doing?
Well, here's my problem. Well, first of all, that's free verse. I mean, where's the rap? I mean, couldn't he have done something like a haiku, a 280-character tweet, something? I mean, all he did was just walk in there and
it was just weird.
Just talk.
Despite the opposition, a vote of 48-1, the city council approved $10 million down payment for the land. So they bought 30 acres of land in West Garfield Park, and then they're going to build.
Question of you.
You in the front. Yes.
First of all, would you please put a hat on with a number on it?
And I need a big diamond. It's all right.
But my question to you is, well, where did they even have the money for anything in Chicago? I thought the city was broke. How are they spending money on police academies, Police Academy 6 with Kevin Spacey?
They're going to raise their property taxes.
Yeah, but they still are in the hole.
I don't know. We always that's what we do here in Cook County, Illinois. We spend money we don't have, and we're really... He's in for Mike Scott.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Bruce. It's 37 degrees in Chicago, 5:30 on AM 560. The Answer.
Partly anticipated revenue from the tax bill would offset the budget shortfall that's caused by the proposed broad tax cuts. Mark Mayfield, NBC News Radio.
FEMA is reportedly in the final stages of putting together plans to airlift desperate Puerto Ricans to the mainland nearly 2 months after Hurricane Maria laid waste to much of the U.S. territory. Elected officials in Chicago can now be punished for committing sexual harassment. Mayor Emanuel applauded the city council for voting to expand the rules that ban sexual harassment of city officials or employees.
The ordinance is one step, but there's a lot more work that needs to be done to make sure there's not a culture that gives a permission slip or permits a behavior that is totally unacceptable.
Previously, only city workers could face fines or discipline. Those policies have now been extended to include the alderman, the mayor, the treasurer, and the city clerk. Charges pending after a Chicago police sergeant was hit by a vehicle on the south side. Authorities say the car slammed into the officer yesterday during a traffic stop at the 5500 block of South Racine. The driver took off but was arrested after a brief chase. The sergeant suffered minor injuries. Mayor Emanuel says he favors allowing cab drivers to charge surge pricing and arrange fares with apps as a way to level the playing field with ride-sharing companies. He also favors dropping fingerprinting as a requirement for cab drivers since Uber and Lyft drivers don't have to do that. In sports, Blackhawks head to Philly to play the Flyers tonight. The news, a service of Staples. Staples helps you promote your business with print materials like presentations, brochures, postcards, and promotional products designed to impress clients. And now, save 20% off print and marketing services orders of $50 or more. Staples, it's pro time. Exclusions apply. Ends December 2nd. AM 560 News Time, 5:33. Traffic in 2 minutes on AM 560, The Answer.
It's that season again. Get a head start on Black Friday at Cabela's pre-Black Friday sale. Plus, enjoy 14 days of incredible daily deals. Shop in store and online at Cabela's.com.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today. So it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
The same banking team you already know and trust at the private bank has come together with one of the strongest banks in North America. And we have a new name. The private bank is now CIBC. We share the same focus on building strong client relationships, and we're now backed by a bank with over 150 years of experience in putting clients first. Our name may have changed, but our commitment to helping your business grow is now stronger than ever. Visit us at cibc.com/US. Member FDIC.
Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, said, "The essence of investment management is the management of risk, not returns." Hi, this is Joe Lopresti, president of Arlington Capital Management. I'm here to explain how we help manage our clients' exposure to risk. We're the creators of our proprietary proactive asset allocation strategy, known as PAS. It is designed to analyze important market trends and alert us to potential changes in the market. But that's only part of what I believe makes Arlington Capital Management unique. It's the care and personalized service we provide our clients that really defines us. We understand how important your financial goals are to you and your family, and we never take that responsibility lightly. It all starts by understanding the things that are most important to you. It's part of the Arlington Capital Management difference. To experience it for yourself, schedule your complimentary consultation by calling 855-471-5796. That's 855-471-5796, or visit arlington-capital.com.
At 5:35 from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, David. In Oak Park, there's a collision involving a car and a pedestrian on Oak Park Avenue at Division. Northwest Indiana, we see delays on eastbound 8094 from I-65 to Central Avenue. It's due to road construction. The westbound side is fine. No delays to report on the Edens. On the spur eastbound past Waukegan Road, a little morning work on the right lane should be clearing in the next half hour. Kennedy's still good. Eisenhower inbound on the exit to Western, there's a crash. Stevenson inbound, got a 2-minute delay Harlem to Central. Ryan has a 4-minute delay from 31st into downtown. I-57, 18 minutes. I-80 converge Bishop, 427. Really heavy starting around 115th. Traffic, service of Cabela's. It's that season again. Get a head start on Black Friday at Cabela's pre-Black Friday sale. Get $40 off Cabela's exclusive Buck Field Blazer boots in O2 camo. Plus, enjoy 14 days of incredible daily deals. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
More of Chicago's Morning Answer next, but now the forecast. Partly sunny later, breezy and cold, a high of 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with near-record temperatures, a low 19. Tomorrow, partly sunny and cold, a flurry in the morning, and a high of 34. Right now, it's 38 degrees at O'Hare. Next news, 6 o'clock, continuous coverage of the latest news, traffic, and weather at 560theanswer.com. Now more of Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Tune in Saturday afternoons at 2 for Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth.
Hey, Joe Walsh here. You know what? Trump has had a really great trip to Asia. I hadn't talked about it much, but we will tonight when Freedom returns at 5.
And we are going to talk about it, too. President Trump in China today, making a direct appeal for help with North Korea with the president of China. And the president of China's name is?
Xing or something like that. What? Chou En-lai? Zhou En-lai? All I know is that he's more powerful than Mao was, and Mao killed 60 million people. So go ahead. Enjoy China. Xing
No,
Ping,
come on, I
right?
wrote this down. The president of China.
I should know that. It's Xing. Or
No, it's
something.
Xi Jinping.
China.
We'll talk about that with
Chiang-Kai-shek?
John
Okay.
Decker, who will join us in the 6 o'clock hour from Fox News Radio. He is traveling with the president in China.
Oh, wait a minute. It's Li. Oh, no, that was
China.
the
No,
panda's name, right? Okay.
Quickly, 312-642-5600. We're going to check in with Verlin, who joins us from the South Side. I believe a big Bruce Wolf fan. Good morning, Verlin. How are you?
What's going on, Amy? What's going on, Bruce, man? We missed you at the party, man. We missed you. We missed you, Bruce. We wanted you there.
All right.
They wanted you there. I didn't get the invite.
I don't even know what the party was, but that's okay.
But the cigar fest, Bruce, at Sean's shop.
Oh, right. Sean had a cigar thing, and a couple of weeks ago, and I actually had a family obligation, and I couldn't go because I love the secondhand smoke. I don't smoke cigars myself, but I love to draft on the secondhand smoke. So, Verlin, we were talking about Chance the Rapper, good old number 3, who appeared before the city council yesterday and blasted the council for spending $95 million on a new police academy when that money should go to education, which he, with his Eliamasian area spirit, had donated.
Well, he inserted himself because he donated $1 million.
But we were talking about how prosaic he was. He spoke in like regular sentences, regular declarative sentences, not even a haiku or even a 280-character tweet. Yet you are calling us, I understand, to give us a little freestyle rap, as it were. Is that correct, Verlin?
I want to read. That's right. I want to respond to the culture wars from yesterday, Black Lives Matter, and Chance the Rapper with all this bias and racist rhetoric that they speak. I'm going to say it like this. Black racist lives don't matter, no matter if it's black or white. All lives matter. That's only right. Don't try to bring that crap my way, because all my friends are proud card-carrying members of the NRA.
Oh, man.
Wow, beautiful.
That's the sound of
That's
two
some
hands
good stuff.
clapping, which is one more than I usually do for
Thanks,
these kinds
Verlin.
of things. Thanks so much, Verlin. Appreciate it. Very nice.
Yeah, you have a good day there.
He just came up
I
with
just
that.
hung up on
There was
that.
there was pentameter there. I don't know if it was iambic,
Pentameter.
but there was something.
Pentameter's Iambic. Pentameter's Iambic. That was the name of my junior high school band. Oh, man. I love that
Mine
one.
was Chainsaw Bayonet. A lot of people were making jokes about that yesterday. Did you see that on USA Today?
Yeah.
USA Today showed how an AR-15 could be converted. They had a video into a chainsaw bayonet. I mean,
So that it read rapid fire?
Yeah, but people thought it was like a joke, and so they were all making these jokes saying, sure, you can change it into an F-16, you can change it into a hydrogen bomb, you can change it into Mary Catherine Ham, because this is how absurd the anti-gun argument has become.
To other news.
Huh?
Did you hear about the new bombshell allegations against Kevin Spacey?
You know, we have one of these a day. There's somebody new. Spacey's like old news.
Right, but more victims are coming forward.
Sure.
This, a former TV anchor from Boston. She was up, sitting at a table next to her attorney and her daughter. She said her 18-year-old son, he's now 19, was a busboy at a restaurant in Nantucket in the summer of 2016 when he ran into Kevin Spacey.
He was very excited. He was texting his girlfriend. Couldn't believe he was sitting at the bar talking to Kevin Spacey.
So this 18-year-old told Kevin Spacey that he was 21 years old when he was really, again, 18. And Kevin Spacey started buying him drink after drink after drink.
It wasn't until Kevin Spacey put his hand inside his pants that he really knew he was in trouble.
You say he didn't consent to that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely, there was no consent.
So it didn't just happen once?
No. And he was frozen. He just He just panicked.
Just a note to Verlin. I don't really want him to call back with a limerick, including the word Nantucket in it. Just a note to Verlin. Okay.
So the
but go ahead,
18-year-old,
yes.
the 18-year-old employee, he ran to the bathroom, to try to get away, and a woman stopped him and said, "This is your chance. You've got to get out of here," because apparently Kevin Spacey has done this before.
She told him to run. And that's what he did.
So he ran to his grandma's house, called his mom and his sister, and I guess they said to this day he's still
it's
in
horrible.
shock at what
It's
happened.
terrible. It's
Your
awful.
phone rings?
My phone rings.
What time? Middle of the night?
Middle of the night. And he says to me, Mom, Kevin Spacey tried to rape me. That's the hardest phone call I've ever taken.
That's a tough question, but did you want to report it?
I did.
But your son wasn't ready to do that?
He wasn't ready. He was definitely very embarrassed about it. And he was afraid. I mean, who's going to believe an 18-year-old kid?
This is making me feel uncomfortable. So, have you seen the story? Just to shift it just a little bit, the sidebar. And I don't mean to diminish the importance, and I'm glad that you underscored the travesty here. But this looked like an Onion story, but it's true. There's this petition to get Kevin James to replace Kevin Spacey on House of Cards.
Paul Blart?
Kevin
Mall
James. What is he going to do, like pratfalls into the bed with Robin
No,
Wright?
he could be a serious actor.
Oh, sure, of course he can.
President Trump's president. Hello, Paul Blart. Mall cop.
I mean, I love Kevin James. It's just like, we may as well have Kevin Matthews. Sucky. May as well have him in there.
Well,
Just as long
Kevin
as you're having
Spacey,
Kevins.
speaking of being replaced, he has been replaced from all the money in the world. Director Ridley Scott decided on Wednesday, after hearing the story, to remove Kevin Spacey from a finished movie. So now actor Christopher Plummer is going to reshoot all of the scenes.
Christopher Plummer is still alive? Yes. He was in The Sound of Music.
And he's going to replace Kevin Spacey.
All right, wait a minute. I have heard.
I saw Christopher.
I have
he's
heard
still alive.
in my head just now, because I made it up and I heard it, that they're going to replace Kevin Spacey in American Beauty. They're going to take him out, and yes, digitally.
But he was creepy in that. He was a pedophile in that. But that's what.
What do you
some
mean he was
actors
creepy? All he was a suburban house husband
who
who
had
just
a
wanted
crush on the girl next door.
Isn't that like?
Who's a cheerleader? That's a little
Isn't it like
off.
natural? Excuse
Okay.
me. Anyway, so
Anywho,
but they're
real
going to
quick,
digitally
yes.
insert Hunts Hall and Leo Gorcey to play Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey's attorney had no comment yet. Everybody's trying to get a comment about this
He's
latest
done.
accusation.
He will never work again.
And the mother has filed a police report. Well, her son, who's now 19. They did file a police report yesterday.
He's in the same sex addiction.
So is he
addiction
done? I
place.
mean, do you
yes,
really-
he's done. He's in the same sex addiction clinic as Harvey Weinstein is, which in by 9, out by 5. It's not. It's Martinizing. It's not really sex therapy.
Also, Mariah Carey, lawsuits coming her way.
A first woman,
Yep.
the first woman to be accused of sexual harassment.
Alleging that she repeatedly humiliated one of her security guards and his team with racially charged insults, and at one point sexually harassed him by performing sexual acts in front of him.
Now, counselor, can I ask you a
Hello?
question here? If a woman performs a sexual act in front of you and you're her employee and you enjoy that, can you then also claim that it's sexual harassment?
She referred to Angelo and his security teams as Nazis, skinheads, KKK members, and white supremacists, and made clear that she wanted to be surrounded with black guys and not white people.
Yeah, all right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But but if you perform, first of all, how many guys are actually ever going to claim that they were sexually harassed? Like 0 to
Angelo's
0.1?
attorney says the suit is on hold because they're trying to negotiate a settlement. Okay, here we go. He claims during a trip to Cabo San Lucas, Mariah asked him to come to her room to move some luggage, and when he got there, she was wearing a see-through negligee that was open. He says he tried leaving, but she insisted he move the luggage. He says he left the room, and there was no physical contact. Uh-oh. That...
I like black guys, not white. my clothes. I'm sorry. I don't see that there's... I dismissed this case. The guy enjoyed it. As a matter of fact,
No,
I don't think it'll stand up
it.
in court, if you know what I mean.
Hey, now. Hey, now.
All right.
Also...
Speaking of hey, now, Jeffrey Tambor
I don't even want to say the other story because it
happened.
happened in Arlington Heights. I don't want to...
Too local.
No, Charlie Sheen and Corey Haim.
That's horrible.
During the filming of Lucas in the early 1980s, and I know a lot of people... My sister was an extra in that.
Really?
Kathy Christopherson was in it. A lot of people from Hershey High School because it was filmed in Arlington Heights Gymnasium and around the area.
And Charlie Sheen
apparently Corey
raped?
Haim, who's now deceased, told actor Dominic Brassica that he was sodomized.
But it's not funny.
I know. Why am I laughing? Between the two trailers, but people that were interviewed by TMZ on the set, on the set at the time said that Sheen was acting bizarre the entire time, and that it was not a comfortable atmosphere.
See, now I'm going to have a hard time watching 2.5 Men.
Well, it's Charlie Sheen has not responded yet.
Yeah, because, and I will take his silence as a tacit admission of guilt.
We were having so much fun, and then it got gross. 312-642-5600
is that the whole roundup of everybody?
No, there's one other guy, but I don't know.
Oh, quick one here. Speaking of sexual harassment, did you read, this Ira Silverstein, right?
Oh, we're going to get to that with Mariah Ahern.
Oh, right.
At the top of the hour, because sexual harassment training in Springfield has begun.
Yes.
So everything's going to be okay. All right, let's go to Chip real quick, who joins us from St. Charles. Good morning, Chip. How are you?
Hey, very good. I noticed that that the press is calling what Kevin Spacey did sexual harassment, but it's actually pedophilia, and it's actually worse than sexual harassment. And by calling pedophilia sexual harassment, you're making it less than what it is, and I actually consider pedophilia to be much worse than sexual harassment.
Actually, Chip, you're absolutely right about that. Yep. Although, point of information, it's not really pedophilia, it's pederasty. Because pederasty, I believe, is the sexual act. Pedophilia is just the love of young men.
Oh.
But I learned that
thank you
yesterday.
so much, Chip.
Thank you, Chip.
And people, there's a difference between being gay and a pedophile.
Well, that's the whole thing.
And that's a lot of people... Well, Kevin came out and he tried to hide it by saying, I'm gay.
Gays. He wrecked it for the gays.
No, he didn't. He wrecked it for himself.
Well, but
he's a fool.
He set back gay rights by at least 19 months when he said that, he's living his life as a gay man. Because gays have been trying for decades to point out that there's a distinction between pedophilia and homosexuality. All right. Okay.
Thanks, Bruce.
You're welcome.
Listen to podcast of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, last night's CMA award show, Country Music Awards. They were told not to be political. Oh, it got political. But first, let's get the forecast from Bruce Wolf.
Today, cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing, with the temperature rising to near 41 by 9, then falling around to 31 during the remainder of the day. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 22. Friday, snow showers likely, mainly before noon. Partly sunny with a high near 33. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 40. Cloudy overnight with a low around 37. Sunday, that's the Bears game, and I'm a big Bears fan. Super Bowl
Green
shuffle.
Bay.
Is that game in Soldier?
Yeah, it's called a home game,
it's
Bruce.
A home well, I'm not that up on things, although I like Mitch Trubisky. I like the way he sachets in the backfield.
He's on my fantasy football team.
I have Jordan Howard, yes. Okay. A 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 43. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 34 on Sunday. Now with the check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Chet, Bruce, Amy. Let's go live to the inbound Eisenhower. See delays building up now between Mannheim and Harlem. It's 35 minutes from 390 to downtown, 22 from Mannheim. Outbound just a little tight Harlem to Des Plaines Avenue. Edens and the Kennedy are still fine. Mount Stevenson, heavy Harlem to Pulaski, 38 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. In Oak Park, there's a crash involving a pedestrian Oak Park Avenue at Division. Jim Talamonte and the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. America's strength is that she's a free nation. Our weakness is we've stopped defending the foundations of our freedom. Non-behavioral characteristics like race and religion take precedence over shared beliefs as it relates to who is granted entrance to America, to the extent permission is required at all. This in spite of the fact that there is plenty of identity diversity that occurs naturally within a global population that shares a common commitment to peaceful pluralism. The temperature in K-12 is approaching Fahrenheit 451 as school districts move to ban literary masterworks like To Kill a Mockingbird because the language may offend. A recent survey of college undergrads finds 1 in 5 believes violence is acceptable to silence someone who makes a hurtful statement. Private property is seized by the state if you refuse to participate in events that violate your religious beliefs. You make too little, you make too much. You don't pay enough. You didn't build that. You need not apply. You must check your privilege. You must use these pronouns. You can't use those words. As Thomas Paine wrote, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. If we continue to acquiesce to those who would cheapen our freedoms, we will all pay dearly. Despite President Trump's repeated requests, Senate Republicans failed again to repeal Obamacare. If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Obamacare, then you need a local expert on your side. That's right, your own health insurance mentor. C. Stephen Tucker, C.S. Tucker, from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 20-year licensed broker who's been educating AM 560 listeners on the Affordable Care Act for the past 6 years.
Thanks, Dan. ACA open enrollment is now only 45 days long. From November 1st to December 15th, you cannot be denied coverage based on a pre-existing condition. And depending on your income, you may find a more affordable plan. With narrow networks, even fewer choices, and higher deductibles, now more than ever, you need an expert to help you gain access to the best hospitals and specialists available. Call me. I can help.
Thanks, Steve. How can our listeners get in touch with you?
They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551. That's 630-674-1551.
This is a court-ordered notice. Current and former Honda and Nissan owners or lessees can receive payments and other benefits from a legal settlement related to allegedly defective Takata airbags in their vehicles. To see if your vehicle is included and to file a claim, go to autoairbagsettlement.com or call 1-888-735-5596. That's autoairbagsettlement.com or 1-888-735-5596.
Worry less with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
So your son got home safe last night? Tom said he had a flat tire.
Yeah, he was out past curfew and got stuck on Route 1, but Liberty Mutual went out and took care of it for him.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, a flat, jump, or tow. It's no problem no matter where or when with their roadside assistance.
What was he doing out so late anyway?
Getting himself grounded for a month.
Visit us online to get a quote. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Optional 24-hour roadside assistance coverage. Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
Tasty Catering invites you to come together this holiday season and celebrate with great food and great company.
Since 1989, Tasty Catering has been planning memorable holiday office parties all over Chicagoland and bringing your team together this year in the spirit of the season.
Their delicious holiday menu at tastycatering.com features all the amazing appetizers and entrees, savory side dishes, and decadent desserts that you'll need for the ideal holiday office party.
From elegant plated dinners to casual company buffets and festive cocktail hours.
Stop by their Elk Grove Village Kitchen and meet their award-winning catering family and sample some of their new and classic holiday menu dishes.
The experienced holiday events team is ready to take you step by step through the planning process, simply and stress-free.
Don't delay. Call Tasty Catering at 847-593-2000 or view the holiday menu online at tastycatering.com.
That's 847-593-2000. tastycatering.com. Holidays. Gather, eat, and enjoy together.
Message and data rates may apply.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, text SAVE to 33123 for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Text SAVE to 33123 for a free information kit with all the details. That's SAVE to 33123. Again, text SAVE text to 33123.
Hey, would you buy a house without looking inside? Well, of course not. Shouldn't you be just as diligent when choosing a financial advisor? Hey, it's Sean Hannity here, and just as a house is more than four walls, well, a financial advisor is more than just a nice office. What's their background? Do they work in your best interest as a fiduciary? What's their financial specialty? You want to know all these things because the chances are, over your lifetime, you're going to trust them with far more than the value of your home, because knowledge and experience count for a lot in retirement income planning. Here in Chicago, you need to know Anthony and Michael Pellegrino and their team at Goldstone Financial Group. Call them now, 800-620-9697. That's 800-620-9697. Don't be cavalier with what you have spent a lifetime building. Call Goldstone Financial Group, 800-620-9697.
Investment advisory services offered through Goldstone Financial Group, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At 5:57 from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, David. The Edens is fine right now. Kennedy inbound now a little heavy out of the River Road toll to Canfield. 21 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 21 as well. The Eisenhower, 35 minutes from 390 to downtown, outbound 30. Stevenson, 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 5 to 34. Ryan is 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the Merge, Bishop Ford, 25. Tollways are okay. Eastbound 8094. We see delays from Indianapolis Boulevard to Klein Avenue. Traffic is a service of Napa Auto Parts. This month at participating Napa Auto Parts stores, you'll get $10 off if you buy a set of Napa Exact Fit wiper blades. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. While supplies last, offer expires 12/31/17. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
And now the forecast with meteorologist Kevin Schneider.
Clouds give way to some sun for the day. Breezy with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. We'll have a high of 43 with temperatures falling into the lower 30s by evening. Tonight, otherwise partly cloudy and cold, low 19. I'm Kevin Schneider on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently 38 degrees at O'Hare. AM 560 News Time, 5:59. In the news, Chance the Rapper opposes Mayor Emanuel's plan to build a $95 million police training academy on the west side. Addressing the city council yesterday, the Southside rap artist said there are other services that need to be funded.
There's a lot of different services that need to be funded. And mental health services, which I'm sure you heard people say before. Obviously, schooling is my big thing. But there's a lot of ways to transform the city that don't have anything to do with police training.
Despite his pleas, the alderman voted to pay $10 million for 30 acres of vacant land for that academy. CPS reinstating the principal of the high school inside the Cook County Jail. York Alternative High School principal Charnette Sims was banned in September after the school district inspector general accused her of faking academic data. But officials say she was reinstated after a separate investigation rebuked the IG's findings. News, a service of Office Depot Office Max. You've been taking care of business all year, so let Office Depot Office Max take care of you. Treat yourself to great deals on tech and furniture, like maybe a new laptop or replace that squeaky chair. You deserve it. Office Depot Office Max, taking care of business. WIND Chicago, it's 37 degrees at 6 o'clock.
He says time is running out quickly. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump's in Beijing urging China for more help with North Korea. Fox's John Decker monitoring live from Seoul, South Korea.
President Trump pressed Chinese President Xi Jinping to tighten the screws further on North Korea and cut off its development of nuclear weapons in defiance of UN sanctions.
China can fix this problem easily and quickly. And I am calling on China and your great president to hopefully work on it very hard.
On trade, the president, who has called China's massive trade surplus with the U.S. embarrassing, received a pledge from President Xi that China would become increasingly open and transparent to bring foreign firms, including those from the U.S., to China for more business. Dave?
John, President Trump will go to Vietnam next, perhaps a meeting with Russian President Putin. Democrats are united against tax reform, saying the House plan would raise taxes on some middle-class Americans. The GOP and the Senate's writing its own bill. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, the Senate plan is expected to include tax cuts for corporations and individuals and the repeal of the federal deduction for state and local taxes. It sounds a lot like the House version, but House Ways and Means Committee Chair Kevin Brady says there could be some differences.
You'll see some different approaches than where we're headed in the House, but that's a healthy thing. This is the way it works.
Tax writing committees are close to approving the reform bill in the House. The Senate and House versions would need to be reconciled before a final bill heads to the White House. Dave.
Rachel, a prayer vigil in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Vice President Pence was there last night, days after the church shooting spree.
We gather in the resolve that this evil must come to an end in our land.
This is Fox News. Fair and balanced.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
I'm Grant Langston, the new CEO of eHarmony. If you're online dating and looking for love, you're probably tired of the lazy text messages, dead-end conversations, and matches that never turn into dates. If that's you, it's time to try eHarmony. Dating apps of one kind or another have been around a long time, but at the end of the day, they're just virtual bars where no one ever buys you a drink. eHarmony's different. We're built to help you have a better relationship, and we do that with 17 years of research and experience. eHarmony's gotten really good at bringing compatible people together. People that want the same things you do and are ready for a real relationship. Hey, it can be fun to play around with online dating apps, but when you're ready to fall in love with someone and have a meaningful relationship, there's one app that's built to bring you real love, eHarmony. Come see how eHarmony can change your life. Go to eHarmony.com and get started for free.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT helps keep you safe with security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling. ADT, home, safe home.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
Build business with Chamber 630, one of the largest business organizations in DuPage County. Marketing your business and connecting clients is their priority. Visit chamber630.com or call 630-968-4050 to join today.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, and welcome back to AM 560 The Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf.
Good morning.
Sitting in for Dan Proft today. I saw you outside. What time did you get here? What, 2 a.m.? Because you were sending me story
daylight
ideas.
Savings time threw me off, so to me it felt like 3 a.m.
Okay,
but you're right.
So you were early because you've been sending me story ideas for a week now.
Yeah,
flooding my inbox on my Gmail.
Right. Yeah, and I overdid it.
It's all right.
I overdid it. You have to understand. I don't get out often.
No, you don't. So when you get out, you be big.
Exactly.
Have you decided what song we're going to sing during Christmas break?
I thought we'd try. We should ratchet it up a little bit. We've done it the last couple of years, and we get even more and more complex. I think we should.
We practice.
We should take on Handel's Messiah and maybe just do the Hallelujah chorus.
Well, our executive producer Keith Conrad hates when we practice because he always walks in and we're practicing our song.
Right.
And he turns like, "Oh, again."
But I think Handel's Messiah would
Oh, yeah,
not be a
that-
bad.
oh, that should
now,
be
the problem
easy.
is that I did that
shouldn't be
in high
difficult.
school,
Mhm.
and I was a tenor in the mixed chorus, and and I learned the tenor part. But then when we all got together with the choir and everybody like that, like 200 people, I got so drowned out. And there were so few tenors that I just wound up singing the soprano part anyway.
Oh, really?
To the extent I could even follow what was going on.
Well, 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in a quick comment. We got some comments already. Yay, Bruce, he's back. Oh, that's sweet. And there are a few of those, so good. People love you. Talking about the Texas church shooting.
Yeah.
Real quick, just wanted to... We're learning more about this Devin Patrick Kelly, 26-year-old nut job psychopath. Apparently, he tried to date underage girls. According to the New York Post, he dated a 13-year-old when he was 18 and later reportedly suggested she live with him and his wife as a topless maid.
So he was trying to live the life of Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he was essentially stalking her then after that because she obviously said no. He was court-martialed for domestic violence. We know that. He reportedly smashed his infant stepson's skull and assaulted his then-wife. She divorced him. He remarried again. He was arrested for animal cruelty in El Paso. The El Paso County Sheriff said he was at an RV park, punched a dog in the face, threw the dog against the wall, and then dragged the animal.
Yeah.
Still not behind bars. He was in a mental health facility, escaped from there, and then tried to bring arms onto the Air Force Base in New Mexico, where he was court-martialed, to attack his advisor.
There were no red flags whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but
the Air Force screwed the pooch on this.
Well, the Air
they
Force
did.
admitted, yesterday that 2 days ago that they did mess up. They did not report the information to the FBI. And still, despite all that, he was able to buy 4 guns in the past 4 years.
Yeah. And now, of course, the liberals want even more government action so that we can have even more incompetence and wind up disarming law-abiding citizens and arming guys like this. Because that's what will happen.
Federal law prohibits the ownership of a gun after a conviction for domestic violence. And according to the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, he was not supposed to have access to guns, yada, yada, yada. So the thing is, what do we do now? Because this will happen again, even in sacred spots such as a church. I'm an usher at a church, and I'm not, I don't have my concealed carry, but I can throw a book at the person's head.
Does the church have a sign that says no guns?
No, it does not.
Really? I thought you're an Episcopalian, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I thought Episcopalians were, the liberal. Basically, Episcopalians are the gay church, the gay Christian church, right? Mm-hmm. I would think that you would have like a no guns thing. The Reformed synagogue that I used to belong to many, many years ago was one of the first nuclear-free zone. They used to have a sign out there, nuclear-free. Yeah, the Ruskies, when you bomb everybody, don't bomb us because we're for unilateral disarmament. Don't bomb us. Yeah.
So in Michigan, they're doing something about it. Listen to this. It's called the pistol preschool law. That's what one
I remember when he used to play for
and they basically
the
it passed in their House Senate yesterday, 25 to 12 votes to allow, are you ready for this? Handguns, concealed carry of handguns in places that have traditionally been off limits. Guns can be allowed in schools, daycare centers, churches, bars, and stadiums. 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro. Anton, do you think that is
it's
a
fascinating.
good idea?
It's fascinating to me. That sounds like a Trump state, Michigan. And of course, I know the liberals are outraged about this because they just want to disarm all of us, and they think that confiscation is going to work. You notice the thing about the liberals is that they always say, we're only for sensible gun control, even though someone like Nancy Pelosi will eventually let it slip out that she wants the slippery slope to exist. And as soon as we get rid of bump stocks, we should go on to the next thing and ultimately wind up with confiscation and repeal of the Second Amendment. But they really don't think things through. What they really want is confiscation of all the weapons. And as Charlie Cook in National Review has pointed out, because he gets really angry about this, exercised about this all the time, so I love reading him, he says, we have a hard time talking about 11 million illegals in this country, about deporting them, that it's too cumbersome, that we can't do it. What are you going to do about taking the guns of 123 million people?
Well, there's
how is that going to work?
There's 300 million guns out there because some
but there's
people
like
own more
over
than one
100 million
firearm.
people with a gun, and you're going to confiscate from them. You know, they always talk about Australia, how that works. Australia didn't work. Australia, the homicide rate was going down. And when they basically confiscated the weapons, they had a buyback, but it was basically taking away the guns. The homicide rate continued to go down, but it was not affected by the legislation. The suicide rate went down as a result of that. But is that what we're really talking about here? So what we're really talking about is the liberals want us to get rid of all of our guns. They think that it can happen, and they want to infantilize us, infantilize the populace, because we can't be trusted, to be citizens of a republic. We were supposed to be subjects to their monarchy.
But when our forefathers wrote the Constitution, assault rifles were not even...
Sure, they were contemplated, though.
Oh, they were, really? Yeah.
Look, assault rifles. What is an assault rifle? I mean, it's a souped up...
Bump stocks weren't around then.
An assault rifle... they tried an assault weapons ban for 10 years. It didn't have any effect. They have actually tried that. So now they're going to look. I actually have a solution to this problem, and I know I'm actually going to alienate the very people that I was just siding with, because it's a possibility. Think about this.
All right, wait.
All right, okay,
ready?
go ahead.
Dramatic pause. Here's Bruce Wolf's solution to gun violence in America.
There's a guy who wrote a thing about the AR-15, saying it's a big toy for people, and actually it has
been... For gun enthusiasts?
Well, but it has been used by a number of the mass murderers recently. It seems to be the favorite weapon. It was also the weapon of the guy, the hero that saved us from even more deaths in the Texas shooting. But this guy says you don't need that, and he says you don't even need it for hunting. You can use a 12-gauge shotgun. But then Heather Wilhelm in National Review wrote, look, I live in a rural area, and if a wild boar is running towards me, I don't want a 12-gauge shotgun. I want think about this. Just put this in the hopper. Maybe somebody will tell me I'm nuts. What if we had AR-15s that had a GPS on them and a lock on them, so that they could only be used in defense of your own home, or if you're in a rural area and you're, hunting or something like that. But once you're near a population center like a church or a mall,
or the Las Vegas Strip,
it doesn't work. It locks. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I'm wondering.
I think you're a little crazy.
Would people find that all right? Would that be a reasonable accommodation?
I know one. Just back to this. I mean, one pastor nearby the town where the shooting occurred, he's arming himself from now on. He got a concealed carry permit, rushed it through, and he's bringing it to church and wearing it underneath his robe.
I mean, I understand the sentiment, and I kind of favor it, but to me, having grown up, when mom and dad would let you out all day wouldn't even wonder.
You come home when the sun was setting. That's when you knew.
I lived before Stranger Things. I grew up in the generation before that. I'm in Winona Ryder's generation, or even older than that. And the very notion that you would need a gun is anathema to me. But I understand the reality.
Winona Ryder's 30 years younger than you.
She is not 30 years younger than I am.
20.
No, she is not 20. She's in her 50s, isn't she?
No, she's not. Oh, 312-642-5600 is our
I thought I had a chance with her.
Answer line. Let's go to Mike, who joins us from Bolingbrook. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Hey, there's just one little factoid I wanted to throw out there. There are several other states, more than 5, that already allow concealed carry in, like, sporting arenas, places like that. And if I'm not mistaken, some of them already allow carry in churches and educational institutions. And it's controlled like any other private business. If you don't want guns there, you just put up a sign. But I would also throw this out there. In a way, I have no problem with anybody implementing any sort of things like your idea, Bruce. But here's the caveat I would throw out is if it doesn't work, you should suffer the same consequences that they do for it not working. Maybe people would second think gun control when they think that through. So I'll let you think about that.
I'm a little worried right now because I found out Winona Ryder is only 46 years old. However, her real name is Laura Horowitz. So she's a nice Jewish girl.
From Minnesota.
Laura Horowitz.
Let's go to Mike, who joins us from the north side. Another Mike. Good morning, Mike. Hey.
Good morning. Welcome back. How was the camping?
Fine. It's fantastic.
Hey, good morning to you, too, Mike. Okay.
Bruce is here.
Sure.
I didn't mean to exclude you, Bruce.
Sure, that's all right.
Tuesday night, there were some special fireworks that were unscheduled at Navy Pier. Now, did Dan Proff pay for those because you were coming back? Or was he just happy about Trump's one-year anniversary?
I thought that he would be pretty down that the Virginia House of Delegates almost went to the Democrats. So, anyway.
No, but I wanted to talk about guns. These liberals, these Democrats, they're all hypocrites. They want to take guns away from law-abiding citizens, but they make these deals with the ACLU and with the Cabrini-Greed Cook County prosecutor. They don't let the police officers do traffic stops and take guns away from criminals. They just want to take it away from law-abiding citizens.
Right.
All right. Thanks, Mike. For
Nobody is really saying my idea was that good.
Well, let's go to Dan, because this is what I love about our listeners. I always learn something from them. Here's Clay from Downers Grove. Good morning, Clay.
Good morning, Bruce and Amy. I just wanted to throw a quick name out there. His name is James Huckle. And in 1718, he patented the first automatic machine gun, capable of firing 2 to 5 rounds per minute. Want to let you guys know
that is fascinating. Would you call us back a little bit later and tell us about the first musket? I really want to find out about that.
Thank you, Clay.
Clay, very
I
very
appreciate
nice.
it. That's good.
Yes.
Mark in Chicago. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Puckle.
Hi, Amy. How you doing?
You
made a remark earlier about that there were no assault weapons when the Second Amendment was written. And I'm really sick and tired of that argument, because when the Second Amendment was written, they were approving the most modern military weapons of their time to be used for private citizens. They weren't saying anything we didn't use in the Revolutionary War. They were approving modern military weapons, the most deadly weapons of their time.
All right, so you can defend your land from militias.
Well, here's the whole thing. The whole point of the Second Amendment is that we are citizens. We are not subjects of a king. The second, the Declaration of Independence says that we have certain unalienable rights, and they are given to us by our Creator, not by the government. We consent to be governed. It's up to us. We have individual liberty. But that's not modern society. Modern progressive society is all about the government should take care of us for our entire lives. And that infantilizes us.
Tom in Deer Park likes your idea, Bruce.
Hey, Tom.
Good morning. Hey, Bruce, to your point about the technology to have a GPS that might lock a gun, certainly when they wrote the Second Amendment, they knew that things were going to change in the future. They didn't know to what. And so now we've got all this technology. And to your point, I think that's something that's been talked about. Smart guns, maybe a GPS gun that won't fire here and there. The only issue to work out is there's 3 or 4 or 500 million guns that aren't hooked up to that. So that's kind of the thing you're going to have to figure out and balance. But
yeah, but you know what the thing is that these kids like to get the latest thing. They want to buy the newest gun. So all right, your grandfather in the old guns, huh? But and then you make the bullets maybe that they only are usable, the new bullets in the new guns. And there's ways of working
it out.
Yeah,
but to have concealed carry, I mean, churches, that's fine. Schools, daycare centers. Kids are a little touchy-feely. I mean, you better make sure that thing is locked. And then bars and stadiums. Have you been to a Bears game lately? There's always a fight in the stands. Always, because people, drink a little too much before the game. But I just want responsible gun owners, and I know there's a lot of responsible gun owners out there.
If people knew that there were guns, I mean, that criminals do a cost-benefit analysis like everybody else. They're basically rational even when they're crazy. And if they know that they're not going to get away with it and that they could be shot down, why do you think they pick these soft targets all the time?
Quickly, Gary in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. How you doing?
How you good? How are you?
Good. I moved to Wisconsin 15 years ago because I couldn't take the BS in Illinois. It's a corrupt state. Long story short, I had the FOID card for 20 years, 25 years. Moved to Wisconsin. My license became my FOID card. I could go to Illinois, buy anything I want, show my Wisconsin driver's license, and I'm legal. I got a concealed carry. I carried in bars all the time. As long as I don't have alcohol, I'm fine to do that. I think the Democrats don't want you to have a life. They want to put you under their thumb, control you. And you know, everybody basically that goes through the rigmarole of getting a concealed carry is going to do it legit.
All right, thanks, Gary.
There's only one radio show in Chicago talking about today's biggest stories and telling you what they really mean. That show is this one, Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
We are so thrilled with this product. He was literally getting up, laying on the couch, and falling asleep. He's so alert. It's amazing, totally amazing. This is a great product. His sodium levels have been low for, I would say, maybe close to 20 years. He's normal now, and this is the first time, and I can't even thank you enough.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Order today.
This is a court-ordered notice. Current and former Honda and Nissan owners or lessees can receive payments and other benefits from a legal settlement related to allegedly defective Takata airbags in their vehicles. To see if your vehicle is included and to file a claim, go to autoairbagsettlement.com or call 1-888-735-5596. That's autoairbagsettlement.com or 1-888-735-5596.
Worry less with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
So your son got home safe last night? Tom said he had a flat tire.
Yeah, he was out past curfew and got stuck on Route 1, but Liberty Mutual went out and took care of it for him.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, a flat, jump, or tow. It's no problem no matter where or when with their roadside assistance.
What was he doing out so late anyway?
Getting himself grounded for a month.
Visit us online to get a quote. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Optional 24-hour roadside assistance coverage. Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
Hello, everyone, and here we go again with Karen Lewis and the Chicago Teachers Union demanding more money from the Chicagoland taxpayers. Well, I say enough is enough. The teachers get paid from the property taxes that homeowners pay every year. If the Teachers Union gets more money, that means your property taxes are going to go higher. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent representative for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other health insurance carriers. For months now, I have been telling you about purchasing health savings account PPO plans that will cost you approximately 40% less in monthly premiums than you're currently paying now. Well, the same thing applies to the Teachers Union. I can show the union that they can purchase a more comprehensive health insurance plan that is in full compliance with the Affordable Care Act and will cost the taxpayers up to 40% less in monthly health insurance premiums. For more information, you can call me at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Roof is needy?
Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Roof is leaky? Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Shingles are curly?
Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Roof isn't right after it's stormy? Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Here comes winter. Well, soon. This is Mark Olson.
And Greg Olson of Crumweedy.
Since 1953, the roof guys for your home and business.
We fix roof problems.
Get it done before the winter comes.
Hate the high pressure?
Not from us.
We give you multiple options. Then you choose.
A roof that lasts at a fair price.
We fix roof problems.
When your roof is needy,
call Grumweedy. How about the number?
630-595-8020. 630-595-8020.
Call us. We make sure your warranty is in place. Crumweedy. 630.
Wait. Just remember, myroofisneedy.com.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth. Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? It all depends on the bicycle. It depends on their vehicle. Both on a 10-speed and the pro racer is going to win every time. But put the racer on a tricycle and the 11-year-old wins every time. You see, it's not the driver, it's the vehicle. When it comes to generating revenue, it's exactly the same. If you have a job or a small business, you are riding a tricycle. You can only go so fast. If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Bruce and Amy here on AM 560, The Answer. Bruce Wolf filling in for Dan Proft today and tomorrow. You know, President Trump is in China.
Yes.
China. Remember on the campaign trail, he was quick to, rip on China and the trade deficits. He's singing a different tune this morning.
I don't blame China. After all, who can blame a country for being able to take advantage of another country for the benefit of its citizens? I give China great credit.
And this morning he was asking the president of China, whose name is Bruce.
Oh, my goodness. Zhou Enlai, Chiang Kai-shek, Mao Zedong, whatever. He's got the same power that Mao had.
Xi Jinping. He asked him for help with North Korea.
We agreed not to replicate failed approaches of the past, and there were many. Together we have in our power to finally liberate this region and the world from this very serious nuclear menace. But it will require collective action, collective strength, and collective devotion to winning the peace.
Big winning. So for somebody who would bash China during the campaign, they really rolled out the red carpet. Did you see what they did for him? He and Melania, they had dinner in the Forbidden City.
Hey, they didn't. Trump didn't even blame China for taking advantage of its situation, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's still a communist government. Hey, he's all over the place.
Well,
he
President Trump is there. Do you think since he's there, he should help those 3 UCLA basketball players? One of them being Angela Ball, who's Lonzo Ball's little brother. They face anywhere from 3 to 10 years in prison.
Good. Here, I love it that the People's Republic of California forbids the UCLA team to go to like Tennessee or North Carolina because they don't like transgenders, going from one bathroom to the next. But they will allow you to go to China, which has all kinds of human rights violations. So, fine. Spend some time in the clinic.
Who is traveling with the president is John Decker, Fox News radio reporter. He joins us now on our turnkey.pro answer line. I've been told we are on hold with him. We're going to be hooking up with him in a few moments. But the big deal, and the question I want to ask him is about President Trump. His next trip or his next country in Asia that he's going to is Vietnam. And that's where they're having an economic summit. And that's where Vladimir Putin is. So will those two get together? Let's start there with John Decker, who joins us on our turnkey.pro hotline. Good morning, John. How are you?
Hey, I'm well. How are you doing today?
Good. So tell me about when President Trump leaves for Vietnam and if he'll be meeting with Putin.
Well, the president leaves from Beijing, China tomorrow morning. And so let me give you a sense about sort of the timing of everything. It's right now 9:30 p.m. Thursday where I am. I'm in Seoul, South Korea. The president leaves tomorrow morning for Vietnam. That's to attend a summit in which trade is certainly going to be at the top of the agenda. But as you mentioned, the president, while he's at that summit in Vietnam, will meet on the sidelines with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And with Vladimir Putin, a number of things will be on the agenda, including getting Russia to apply more pressure on North Korea and ending the nuclear crisis here on the Korean Peninsula. That's exactly what President Trump did when he was meeting over the course of the past 2 days with Chinese President Xi as trying to get them to apply more pressure on North Korea.
I find it fascinating that Donald Trump is going to be going to Vietnam when, of course, his Vietnam service consisted of avoiding venereal disease back in the 60s. But in any event, I guess the idea with China is that they're going to, we're going to get them to ban these transactions through its central bank to North Korea. But, of course, these things don't necessarily stick. And once Trump stops putting the pressure on China, then things kind of fall back to where we've been before with kicking the can down the road, and it doesn't seem like we're able to kick the can much further down the road.
Well, look, I think that with China, you have it's a very complicated relationship. It's always been a complicated relationship. And with President Trump, he's trying to sort of cut through and take advantage of the good relationship that he has with President Xi on, number one, trying to get them to use their leverage on North Korea. 90% of North Korea's trade is with China, so China certainly has the leverage. And then on the other issue that really affects most Americans on a daily basis, and that's trade. The president would like to lower that huge trade imbalance that exists between the U.S. and China. And that's what the president was also discussing with President Xi over the course of the past 48 hours in Beijing.
Hey, John, how are people in Asia, receiving President Trump and Melania? What's their reaction been?
Well, here in Seoul, South Korea, they were warmly received. I picked up the main newspaper here in Seoul, South Korea, and they really praised to the hilt that speech that the president gave at the National Assembly just yesterday. And I was at that speech. It was well received, and I thought it was well delivered. So the president's certainly getting good reactions here in Seoul, South Korea. They like his approach in terms of dealing with Kim Jong-un. They like that he's reaching out to other players in the region like President Xi. And I think the president also got a similarly good reaction in Beijing, China. The president also has a very good relationship, as you know, with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. So the president's certainly taking advantage of these good relations that he has with his counterparts in this part of the world.
Well, thank you so much. That is John Decker reporting from Seoul, South Korea, and he joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, well, here we go again. Alderman Ed Burke wants to fine pedestrians for using cell phones in crosswalks. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Dave Stewart filling in once again for Mike Scott.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Bruce. It's 37 degrees in Chicago, 633 on AM 560. The Answer. Partly sunny and chilly, a high of 43 today. President Trump blaming past U.S. administrations for setting up that trade imbalance with China. Rick Stengel, a former Undersecretary of State under President Obama, tells MSNBC getting a good deal from China is easier said than done.
It's painstaking and awful negotiating with the Chinese. They don't move their position. You can't really negotiate with them. They just stick to it.
Speaking in Beijing, Trump said who could blame one country for being able to take advantage of another country for its own benefit. More than 20 Senate Democrats are introducing a bill banning assault weapons. The measure would ban the sale, transfer, manufacture, and importation of military-style assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Mayor Emanuel says he favors allowing cab drivers to charge surge pricing and arrange fares with apps as a way to level the playing field with ride-sharing companies.
The end goal here is safety, and the safety of the rider by ensuring that the driver has been, we have all the kind of necessary checks on their background.
He's talking about using facial recognition technology on drivers and dropping fingerprinting as a requirement for cab drivers. The PACE Board of Directors voting to raise fares by $0.25 a ride starting next year. Bus service, primarily serving the suburbs, has not had an overall fare hike since 2009. The increase to $2 a ride will apply to both regular and paratransit fares. In sports, Blackhawks head to Philly to play the Flyers tonight. Tomorrow, the Bulls play host to the Indiana Pacers. News and service of Cabela's is that season again. Get a head start on Black Friday at Cabela's pre-Black Friday sale. $40 off Cabela's exclusive Muck Field Blazer boots and O2 Camo. Plus, enjoy 14 days of incredible daily deals. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com. AM 560 News Time, 6:35. Traffic in 2 minutes on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee.
Papa Nicholas. Great coffee, period.
My name is David Hochberg, Vice President Lending at Pearl Mortgage. If you're purchasing a home, give me a call. A borrower called me after contacting the lender who boasts about having the lowest rates and closing costs because he thought my competitors' closing costs were excessively high. I compared loan estimates and the interest rates were identical, but our definitions of low closing costs were a lot different. Fact is, my closing costs were over $1,000 less than the lender claiming to have the lowest closing costs. When purchasing a home, you can either work with the lender, who talks and talks and talks and talks about low closing costs, or you can work with me, a lender who actually has low closing costs. Then think of all the things you could do with an extra $1,000 when we originate your loan, like pay for the movers, buy a new computer, new TV, maybe new carpet for your new house. I've helped thousands of AM 560 listeners, but I can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage, an equal housing lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee, 4358, and MLS 19186.
Depression. You need to make it go away. Cure or remission is here. The Revolutionary Treatment of TMS.
800-604-0208.
TMS therapy is drug-free and non-invasive. Here's how it works. There are areas of the brain that control mood. If you suffer from depression, research has found these areas to be underactive. TMS therapy uses safe, small magnetic fields, similar to those used in an MRI. They stimulate and activate these mood centers, causing long-term, medication-free relief. HBR centers in Chicagoland and Wisconsin offer TMS. End the frustration with life and relationships.
It's FDA cleared and it is covered by most insurance, including Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Medicare.
Dangerous drugs and other treatments just mask the depression. Cure or remission. Get a free consultation.
800-604-0208.
HPR Centers. Go to endmydepression.com.
At 6:37 from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, David. In Lake Forest, Old Elm is closed between 41 and Ridge. It's a malfunctioning rail crossing. Eden's 30 minutes, Lake Cook to Baltros, outbound 21. Kennedy, 30 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound at 50, 22 minutes to get to Baltros. Down Eisenhower. Laser from Mannheim to Harlem, and then pockets between Central and downtown at 50 minutes, 390 to Burn Circle, outbound 39. Stevenson, 56 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95th to the Loop, northbound Tri-State. So Harlem to Archer, from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Slow on the eastbound Adams Tollway from the Tri-State to the Kennedy. 8094 has delays in both directions approaching Klein. Crash in the left lane, the westbound side. Traffic services Staples. Staples helps you promote your business with print materials like presentations, brochures, postcards, and promotional products designed to impress clients. Now save 20% off print and marketing services orders, $50 or more. Staples, it's pro time. Exclusions apply. Ends 12/2/17. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
And now your forecast. Partly sunny later on, breezy and cold with a high of only 43. Partly cloudy, near record temperatures tonight down to 19. Partly sunny and cold tomorrow with a flurry in the morning and a high of 34. Right now, 38 degrees at O'Hare. Next news, 7 o'clock. Now more of Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Secure Retirement Radio with host Raj Shah. Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
Some call me the sage from South Central. Others call me the czar of common sense. But you can call me Larry Elder. And you're invited to join me tonight, starting at 7, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, our big government trying to get bigger. Now, we have a new proposal in City Hall from Alderman Ed Burke, of all people, and Anthony Beal. You know Anthony Beal, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the fungible older people.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Gosh, you and Dan remind me of each other. You use
I
the
did
word
not know
fungible
that. Yes.
all the time. And you love Milton Freeman, and you love you love everybody.
We're virtually identical. We voted for the same. I have a dog. No.
Do you have a dog?
I have grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
I have 6 grandchildren. We have dogs, too.
So this new ordinance would fine pedestrians. Are you ready?
Yes.
Up to $500 if they're caught texting or using a cell phone while walking through an intersection. 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA then a quick comment. So the proposed ordinance, which would still have to pass the full city council, calls for fines from $90 to $500 for each incident of using a mobile device while crossing a street or highway. So essentially, we would have cell phone police.
Yeah, we need that because they certainly don't have anything to do in Englewood or anything else. They need to be monitoring what people do in intersections. Here's one of the problems is that you have so many of these kinds of fines that people get, and usually they fall on poor people. And Nicholas Kristof had a great thing in the New York Times about this, and he's a liberal, and a lot of libertarian conservatives worry about this too. What happens is that people wind up not being able to pay these fines, and they wind up being in de facto debtors' prisons because they can't pay the fines. That was one of the things that came out of Ferguson. Yeah, hands up, I surrender, or don't shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Was
it's in a song.
Right. That was a myth. That didn't happen. But what does happen is that the cops get these revenue streams, like red light cameras, and now, they want to watch you as you're crossing the street. And all these fines add up. People can't pay them. And they wind up, being way behind the eight ball. And it's kind of an ecosystem. We have a welfare system where people get money from the government, but then they give it back through either the lottery or through all these fines that they get. And, it's just so much nanny statism.
Well, and the two aldermen cited statistics showing, 27 pedestrians were killed in the first half of 2017, but they couldn't present any data or information on how those deaths were involved with mobile device use.
Were those in Chicago?
Yes.
27 pedestrians? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
In the first half of 2017. An increase, from the same period last year. But we don't know if they were on their mobile devices.
Right.
And we can't enforce the laws that we have on the books now in the city of Chicago. We have so many unsolved murders, unsolved armed robberies, unsolved, you name it.
Right, and
hit and runs. I mean, I could go on and on.
We're
going to have the Chicago police now look for people who are in crosswalks using their mobile devices. That's called self-governing. Because I've got a responsibility when I have a phone, and when I'm driving, I have to have a responsibility not to text or shoot off emails or call people while I'm driving, unless I have a headset. So why would I want my government, my Chicago police officers, to sit there and watch intersections? But maybe it's just another revenue stream. So if they see somebody on their cell phone, it's a money grab.
There's crime all over the place. The detectives were sent out of the dangerous neighborhoods to the well-heeled neighborhoods. So much for Chicago, caring about its poor. I mean, they should be solving crimes and big crimes and handling the gangs. And instead, let's find another revenue stream.
But have you ever done it? I mean, I think I walked home from yoga yesterday and texted the entire way.
Didn't even know where you were.
No, and I ended up on Paulina, and I
sure it wasn't Melvina. Hey-o.
Well, it was near Lunt.
Oh,
so I
God. Oh, my God.
Lunt and Paulina are right by each other.
I'm out of
here.
No, I can understand making that joke with Dan. Okay,
but
not with you.
I live near Paulina, so I ended up on Paulina.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
It was
okay, and I could have gotten hit, but that's my own stupidity. That's my own self-governance. Do you ever text and walk, or do you ever get out of the house?
I text all the time, and I'm even texting right now.
Are you? No, but do you walk and text? Because you see those videos of people walking in a mall, and then they fall into the fountain or they fall down an escalator.
I'm a geriatric. I cannot walk and text at the same time.
Really?
I don't text with my thumbs, which is the way you're supposed to do it, because I'm all thumbs, and I can't do that. But, the younger people, people like Winona Ryder, only 46 years old, they can text and drive at the same time. And, of course, it's dangerous and it shouldn't be done.
Guess what counties in this great United States of America have already passed laws that you cannot, it's a fine if you use your mobile device in an intersection. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Honolulu and San Mateo County, California.
Sure. Good. Great for them. I mean, Hawaii, shouldn't the United States secede from Hawaii at this point? They're the ones, they have the courts, the federal courts, which say that there shouldn't be, we should allow all terrorists in the country. Mm-hmm. They overrule the Supreme Court. We should secede from Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mayor Emanuel says he's going to have to review it, so he's actually thinking about it, because whatever he decides to do is the way of the city council. I mean, do you know we get a $250 fine if you don't shovel during the wintertime in front of your house? People forget about that. That law is still on the books.
You actually are fined for that?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the ways of you city dwellers. Are you also fined if you put up folding chairs to secure your parking space? Are you fined for that too?
No, they just come and remove the junk if they dare, but they don't dare do that because that's, an unwritten law. You don't touch my chair.
What if you shovel the sidewalk, but you don't do it as well as you should, and then somebody slips and falls on it because they were lulled into the false sense of security that you had provided by shoveling to a certain point, but not exactly in pristine condition? Then you're liable, right? Is the city then liable?
The city owns that sidewalk and the area between the sidewalk and the street. So that's why I can't go chopping down my tree and my little parkway there that I want to chop down because the city technically owns it.
Do you think Rand Paul shovels his sidewalk? Or does his neighbor bash him over the head?
Rand Paul, what is going... Because now we're learning this morning that he actually broke 6 ribs instead of 5. And he got attacked. So Rand Paul's a doctor. His neighbor is an anesthesiologist. He's a doctor. Broad daylight comes over and kicks the you-know-what out of him.
Right.
Why?
There's a little dispute over that. Breitbart had a whole thing about all the neighbors of Rand Paul vouching for his integrity, saying it wasn't his fault, although none of them actually saw this. I happen to know that Rand Paul, and this is just my own experience with him, he is a little bit prickly. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that he was at fault in this situation. There was a time when Dan and I were hosting on another station at the world's largest store, at the CPAC conference in Chicago a few years ago, and Rand Paul came on the show. We were live there, and actually we were substituting for Don and Roma that day, and we were on with him, and he comes on and he goes, it's great to be with you, but I was kind of hoping I'd be here with Don and Roma. And he was being funny. No,
he wasn't.
Well, I shot back and I said, it's great to have you, but I'd rather have your dad here. So he got a little hurt by that. So he can dish it out, but he can't take it.
Well, did you ever see him after one of the presidential debates? Not presidential, but when, during one of the debates for the GOP, when, they had 27,000 people running for president? There was a shot of him, and it's, because everyone's wife and kids come on the stage, after the debate and talk to his wife tried to grab him, and he did one of these, like, don't touch me. And then he started wiping his forehead because he had sweat there, and he looked so agitated because he knew he didn't do well. He got put in his place by President Trump, and he was just, as you mentioned, a little prickly. So apparently there was a dispute over not respecting property lines, and apparently, the libertarianism, it's my property and I can do what I want. And apparently he has some pumpkins and a lot of compost, and it's a little bit of an eyesore. So I think the neighbor decided, you know what, I'm going to put him in his place. And while he just got off his riding mower, he sucker punched him and then got him in the ribs so strongly that he cracked 6 ribs.
Wow.
But he's going to have to address this at some point in time.
Rand Paul will not learn a lesson on this because he still will veto through his vote any repeal of Obamacare. The perfect is the enemy of the good, and Rand Paul is a perfectionist. He's a purist. So I don't know if that translates to how he treats his lawn clippings, but there is some evidence that he's a little difficult.
Well,
but on the other hand, his neighbors say he's great.
No, they do. They're coming out in droves to defend him, saying that they're concerned that this other neighbor, Dr. Renee Boucher, who's 59, Boucher.
Bobby Boucher, Adam Sandler's father.
He said that people are upset that he's out on the streets, that he is not behind bars because of this attack.
Interesting.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
I'm Lou Dobbs. The Justice Department demanding the sale of Turner Broadcasting as a condition of its AT&T Time Warner merger, and Speaker Paul Ryan may delay the corporate tax cut for a year. Those stories next. Are you being intimidated by the IRS? Rapid Resolution Tax Group is a team of tax attorneys, enrolled agents, and tax professionals who've helped thousands of people with problems just like yours, and they promise not to let the IRS intimidate you. If you are an individual or business who owes at least $10,000 to the IRS, you can turn to them for help. Has your bank account been levied? Do you have years of unfiled tax returns? Let Rapid Resolution Tax Group intervene for you. They're accredited with with and A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they guarantee same-day contact with the IRS. If you qualify, Rapid Resolution Tax Group can work towards settling your tax debt for less, removing penalties and fees and stopping levies and garnishments. Call the professionals at Rapid Resolution Tax Group at 800-601-2929. That's 800-601-2929. The Trump administration calling on Time Warner and AT&T to sell Turner Broadcasting as a potential condition of approving the $85 billion merger of the two giants. Turner owns CNN, which the president regularly calls fake news, and AT&T's CEO says he has no intention of selling Turner, setting up a confrontation with the Justice Department, which would likely imperil the merger. Economic reports due out today include new unemployment claims and the latest wholesale trade figures. House Speaker Paul Ryan says he may delay a tax cut for corporations for a year. The Senate apparently considering that move, which would gut the heart of the president's major legislative initiative of this year. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight, 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Gentlemen, it's No Shave Movember. Time to change the face of your health for the better. Take the first step and get your levels checked by someone you can trust. I personally recommend my friends at Low T Center. That's where I got my levels tested. Their service was fantastic. Their physicians exclusively diagnose and treat men for low testosterone levels. At Low T Center, they know we hate going to the doctor. That's why they make it quick and easy. With their on-site lab, you will get your results back in about 20 minutes, and most health insurance is accepted. This Movember, Low T Center is offering a testosterone and prostate level test with an assessment for just $50. Guys, take the first step. Contact my friends at Low T Center, now with a location in downtown Chicago on the Mag Mile at 625 North Michigan Avenue. Call 312-239-3427. Tell them Dan Prof sent you. That's me. The number 312-239-3427. Call now, 312-239-3427, or visit them online at lowtcenter.com. That website, lowtcenter.com.
Savings based on 2-year protection plan compared to T-Mobile premium device protection as of July 12, 2017. Square Trade does not cover lost or stolen items. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting a new phone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So, protecting your phone is a smart idea. But phone insurance through your wireless carrier can cost as much as $15 every month. Switch to Square Trade phone protection instead, for half the cost of insurance through your wireless carrier. And you could save $200 or more. It's like protecting 2 phones for the price of 1. Square Trade covers accidents like drops and spills with easy same-day repair options. Part of the Allstate family, we're trusted by over 30 million customers with an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. And switching to Square Trade is easy. How else can you save $200 in 10 minutes? So don't wait. Switch today.
Switch to Square Trade now and you can save over $200. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
Did you know 40% of all cancer could be prevented? That's a fact. Along with maintaining appropriate body weight and regular exercise, the American Institute for Cancer Research and the USDA confirm that eating 9 to 11 servings of fruits and vegetables every day is the key. Now ask yourself, am I at risk? How many servings of fruits and vegetables did I eat today? Balance of Nature has solved this problem and provides an easy and affordable way to consume over 10 servings of 31 different whole fruits and vegetables every day.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Call now, 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code CHICAGO.
Ever since I was little, I imagined owning a bakery. With hard work, I made it happen. But after this weekend's robbery, I realized that I need to protect my dream with security.
I've got a great answer for you. Alarm Detection Systems, your local family-owned business, understands the threats you might face. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300 and find out how we can protect you. License number 127000143.
I manage a construction site, and the other morning we had to send half of the crew home because of missing equipment. This nonsense is cutting into my time and budget.
Here's what you need to know. Alarm Detection Systems offers mobile security solutions that expand with your project. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300 to find out about our alarm and video protection. License number 127000143.
Why choose Kubota and Associates to handle your retirement? Well, because we provide objective advice and concierge service, investments, insurance, retirement planning, all at one location. We also partner with qualified attorneys and CPAs to provide complete financial strategies for our clients. We use a variety of investment and insurance products to custom design retirement plans that can give clients a clear look at their future. We help you stay on the path toward financial independence. If you don't want to do it yourself and you want to work with a team to create a financial strategy for your future, give us a call. 630-777-7955. That's 630-777-7955. Would you rather get retirement advice from some TV show host who doesn't know anything about you, or Kubota and Associates? 630-777-7955. Kubota and Associates is a registered investment advisory firm. Jack Kubota is an investment advisor representative and insurance professional. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Investment advisory services offered through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
One size fits all has no place in your bedroom. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of Helix Sleep, and we know one mattress can't work for everyone. That's why we created the only mattress built for you. Go to helixsleep.com, take our 2-minute sleep quiz, and we'll build your custom mattress and ship it to you for free. Try it for 100 nights, and if it's not the best sleep you've ever had, we'll pick it up and give you your money back. Go to helixsleep.com/talkradio right now, and we'll give you $50 towards your custom mattress. That's helixsleep.com/talkradio.
Hiring is important, but finding the right people can be a real challenge. That's why ZipRecruiter is obsessed with finding you qualified candidates fast. ZipRecruiter finds candidates with the right experience and notifies them to apply for your job. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within just one day. The right candidates are out there. This is how you find them. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
To try ZipRecruiter for free, just go to ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
AM 560, The Answer.
So do you watch the Country Music Awards?
I have one child who is a fan of country music, but I'm not.
Jason Presley, I think I got his name right, and Carrie Underwood. Brad Paisley.
Jason Presley, Brad Paisley, Moms Mabley's. Yeah, they're all the same.
They were hosts, but they were told, do not get political at all. And the reporters that were covering the CMAs were told, do not ask any of our artists to get political as well. So they fought back with a little ditty.
The CMA has given us some guidelines with specific topics to avoid. So we can't be doing any of our silly little songs because this year's show is a politics-free zone. To present our first award of the night, the stars of the new movie. What are you doing, Brad?
Oh, I'm definitely not doing this one. Right now, he's probably in his PJs, watching cable news, reaching for his cell phone.
Really?
Right now, he's probably asking Siri, how in the hell do you spell Pocahontas?
Well, here we go.
In the middle of the night, from the privacy of a gold-plated White House toilet seat, he writes, Little Bob Corker, NFL, and Kofi.
Kofi!
Kofefi?
Kofifi?
Kofefi.
Kofifi.
Feffy.
Fifi.
Feff.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. And it's fun to watch, yeah, that's for sure, till little Rocket Man starts a nuclear war, and then maybe next time he'll think before he tweets.
Isn't that great?
That's great, but did they make fun of like Meryl Streep or Matt Damon or any of those Hollywood
it's her
types?
Song, think, maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Maybe next time he'll think before he tweets.
Trump is an easy target. It's a safe target. It's a soft target for them. But did they make fun of, the great lions of Hollywood?
We're up against the clock. We're now going into the newsroom. Dave Stewart sitting in for Mike Scott.
Stewart.
We'll get some local headlines after a Fox update. WIND Chicago, it's 38 degrees at 7 o'clock.
He thinks China can end the North Korean nuclear threat easily and quickly.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and President Trump says the world must keep up the economic pressure as well. And trade is a big issue also for the president in Beijing. Fox's John Decker monitoring live from Seoul, South Korea.
President Trump, who has called China's massive trade surplus with the U.S. embarrassing, told President Xi Jinping that more needs to be done to have fairer and more reciprocal bilateral trade.
Trade between China and the United States has not been, over the last many, many years, a very fair one for us.
The president made clear that he blamed his predecessors, not China, for the trade imbalance. President Trump also announced the signing of about $250 billion in commercial deals between the U.S. and Chinese firms. Dave?
John, later the president goes to Vietnam for economic summits and maybe a sit-down with Russian President Putin. But Secretary of State Tillerson says that's not set up yet, saying the question is
there something sufficiently substantive to talk about that would warrant a formal meeting?
Another prayer vigil for the victims of the Texas church shooting spree.
We gather today to grieve with those who grieve.
Vice President Pence called the killer deranged, and the Air Force is investigating how Devin Kelley was able to buy his guns despite a discharge over domestic violence.
And that review will be completed in days, not weeks.
It was also emotional at country's CMA Awards.
We're going to do what families do. Come together, pray together, cry together, and sing together, too.
Carey Underwood on ABC. Eric Church and many others sang as they paid tribute to victims of shootings and storms. As for the awards, Garth Brooks got the biggest one, CMA Entertainer of the Year. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Good morning. It's 40 degrees in Chicago at 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. For Mike Scott, I'm David Stewart. Partly sunny, but windy today with a high of 43. Chance the Rapper's opposing Mayor Emanuel's plan to build a $95 million police training academy on the west side. Addressing the city council yesterday, Chance said there are other services that need to be funded. But Mayor Emanuel says building the academy doesn't mean those other needs aren't going to be met.
And I want to do more of that because I do not want to see our kids learning in hallways and in stairwells. But that doesn't mean our police and fire have to be in facilities of 40 years ago.
Despite Chance's pleas, aldermen voted to pay $10 million for 30 acres of vacant land for the academy. CPS reinstating the principal of the high school inside the Cook County Jail. York Alternative School Principal Charnette Sims was banned in September after the school district's inspector general accused her of falsifying academic data. But CPS officials say that a separate investigation can rebuke the IG's findings, so Sims will return to work today. Former President Barack Obama will not be serving jury duty anytime soon. The ex-commander-in-chief wasn't chosen yesterday to sit on a jury at the Daly Center, but he did stop to shake hands with fellow jurors and did sign some autographs. Chicago police officer injured after a large brawl outside Dunbar High School on the south side. Authorities say a fight involving adults and kids broke out yesterday. During that melee, one officer was hospitalized with a leg injury. No arrests were made, though. Authorities believe an Aurora man accused of murdering a lawyer in Northbrook has fled the country. John Penaligan is wanted in the killing of real estate attorney Jagar Patel, who was found strangled in his office last December. In sports, Blackhawks head to Philly to play the Flyers tonight. Tomorrow, the Bulls are hosting the Indianapolis, Indiana Pacers. News and service of Staples. Staples helps you promote your business with print materials like presentations, brochures, postcards, and promotional products designed to impress clients. And now, save 20% off print and marketing services orders of $50 or more. Staples, it's pro time. Exclusions apply. Ends December 2nd. AM 560 News Time 7:04. We'll check traffic in 2 minutes on AM 560, The Answer.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. And hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling that you're safe to enjoy the things that matter most. ADT lets you take that feeling with you. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, we help keep you safe with security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling for less than $1 a day. ADT. Home. Safe home.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. Choosing the right mortgage lender involves much more than just a rate. Quicken Loans has earned 11 J.D. Power Awards for client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage, a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online. No one else has anything like it. So choose Quicken Loans, America's #1 online lender. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
At 7:06 from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Once again, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, David. The Eden's inbound is heavy from Niles Center Road to the junction. 27 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 23. The Kennedy, now 45 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 21 from Montrose, 18 in the Express. Outbound 24 to Montrose, 51 to O'Hare. Got Eisenhower heavy starting around St. Charles. It's now 56 minutes from 390 to downtown. 40 minutes from Manheim, outbound 42 to 390. Stevenson, 58 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, 44 from the Tri-State, outbound 42 minutes to 355. Ryan, 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, Bishop Ford, both 25 minutes from I-80 to the merge. Delays on the Tri-State are northbound from 111th to the Hinsdale Oasis and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Eastbound Adams Tollway a little slow from the Tri-State to the Kennedy. Reagan Tollway, all right. Adams Memorial, though, it's slow from 75th to the Reagan Tollway and Finley to Roosevelt, 80-94. Jammed westbound I-65 decline with a crash in the left lane. Eastbound delays from Calumet Avenue decline. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
More of Chicago's Morning Answer next, but now the forecast with meteorologist Kevin Schneider.
Today, breezy and cold with clouds giving way to sun, high 43. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, a low 19. Tomorrow, a flurry around in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and cold, high 34. I'm Kevin Schneider on AM 560, The Answer.
It's 41 at the Lakefront, 40 at Midway, and 40 at O'Hare. Next news, 7:30. Get continuous coverage of all the latest news, traffic, and weather at 560theanswer.com. Chicago's Morning Answer continues now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Alpha Wealth Group, bringing the trilogy of estate, tax, and investment planning together. Visit alphawealthgroup.com for a free report.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning. Welcome back to AM 560, The Answer. Amy Jacobson here, filling in for Dan Proft, filling in for me is the one and only Bruce Wolf.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Very good.
Thanks for coming in. You'll be here today and tomorrow.
Yes, I
We've
will.
had a great, exciting show so far.
It's been
covered
good.
a number of topics.
A lot of fun.
It hasn't been good, Bruce. It's been great.
It's been super.
Come on, don't bury the lead.
Okay.
But I've been watching this because, we talked earlier about Kevin Spacey. He's being replaced in one of the roles he was playing. They're reenacting. They're putting a different actor for him because of the sexual allegations that have come out against him. An 18-year-old came forward saying, that he was basically, Kevin Spacey put his hands down his pants at a bar in Nantucket in the summer of 2016.
Kevin James is going to replace him on House of Cards, and they're going to digitally insert Kevin James in American Beauty. That's how much they want to excise Kevin Spacey from everything, his entire oeuvre.
And the list of, Hollywood elites, the list keeps growing and growing. So now sexual harassment in the workplace is at the forefront. And in Springfield yesterday, during the veto session, they took up a measure about sexual harassment training. And I do believe that the training began yesterday with Mr. Silverstein.
Ira Silverstein, poor guy.
Why
I mean,
poor guy? Why poor guy?
You know why? Because I know he's a nice Jewish guy. He got suckered in. Look, I'm not even coming up with this. Look, I'm a Trump troglodyte.
Excuse me, he got suckered in?
Yeah.
No, he's a married man, he engaged in bad behavior.
Eric Zorn, a liberal. I mean, you can't get more liberal than Eric Zorn. Eric Zorn wrote a column in which he said that this woman, this 45-year-old woman who was she a lobbyist or something like that? I forgot.
Her name's Denise.
Denise.
Rothmeyer.
Rothmeyer. that she, quote, coyly led him on. That's Eric Zorn saying that. Eric Zorn may as well be a show host on AM 560 The Answer now.
Okay,
he just lost his liberal cred. But here's the thing. Eric Zorn actually saw that there's nuance in the relationships between men and women. And I'm thinking Ira Silverstein, he didn't touch her. He didn't harass her. He probably it was inappropriate, but maybe she was doing some stuff too. I don't know. I'm a Trump troglodyte.
Well, here is the alleged victim, Denise. Let's turn on the next
6 weeks in a crisis. I lost 20 pounds. My hair fell out. I was so scared that I would have to admit myself into a hospital because I went down to like 109 pounds.
Okay, Bruce, that's not enough suffering?
He would have meetings with me because he liked to look at me. He thought I was pretty. He would tell me I'm intoxicating, I'm intimidating, I look like a movie star, always pointing out how I look. He's a married man.
Yeah, he is still a married man, married to a alderman.
He's not exactly smooth. Yeah, let me put it this way. I mean, he's Ira Silverstein. He's a state senator, some fungible turkey downstate. But here's the thing. All I'm saying is that Eric Zorn read the entire 444-page report. Mm-hmm. He's a liberal in good standing. I get into fights with Eric Zorn on Twitter over General Kelly, but that's another story. He said she coyly led him on. Now, maybe she felt that she needed to do that because she's in a subordinate position. But on the other hand, I don't know. These things are complicated. That's all I'm saying.
Well, she was one of the complainants, one of 27 complaints that dated back to 2014. But now we have somebody, a new appointed legislative inspector general to actually, because they said that there was an inspector general, but there was never one. But now we actually have someone.
Okay.
And with that, we go to Marianne Ahern, political reporter over there at NBC5. Good morning, Marianne. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So what is happening in Springfield? I saw your report the other day. I know that Pritzker and Kennedy, Chris Kennedy, are asking Silverstein to step down. What has his response been? And I can't imagine being sitting there.
Yeah, right. So the three of the Democrats, Biss, Kennedy, and Pritzker, have all said he should resign. When he finally got there, he was late. Silverstein was late for the Senate, and he came in, and according to those reporters that sit, the print reporters sit right on the floor. We're up in the balcony. But I was told that he walked in and said to the president of the Senate, John Cullerton's aide, "What do I say? What do I do?" And the aide said, "Buddy, it's up to you. Go for it. Do whatever you want."
Oh, man.
I mean, no one would talk to him. Cullerton did talk. He walked over to Cullerton. He spoke to Cullerton for a while. And then he sat at his desk, and he may as well have been out on an island. He was a pariah. No one would talk to him.
Oh, my God.
Watching it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was.
Marianne, in your history of covering the legislature, is this akin to like Rod Blagojevich's farewell address? Like nobody even wants to look at him or something?
Well, here's the part that if you would have asked for the top 10, perhaps, folks who might be on the sexual harassment list, I don't think Ira Silverstein would be in the top 50, maybe the top 100. So that is the part where everyone's going, well, whoa, they're really throwing him under the bus rather quickly when darn well there are folks who were way worse than this.
Well, right, he didn't even touch her or anything like that.
Well, did he touch her?
We don't know. Look, I'm not trying to justify what he did, but what I'm
saying
saying
is,
well, here's the problem, Marianne. Eric Zorn, you probably heard me mentioning this, when I went off on one of my little screeds here. But Eric Zorn is a liberal in good standing. He's a sensitive liberal male. She says she coyly led him on. That's his take on this. I mean, maybe it's not as easy, it's not as black and white as we like to think it is. I don't know.
I agree with you there. I agree with you that it's complicated. And let's let Julie Porter, the new inspector general, that, my goodness, they waited 3 years. And of these 27 complaints, we don't even know how many are sexual harassment and how many are about lawmakers. They might be about staff. They might be about lobbyists. So there's a lot of gray area out there still.
Well, who dropped the ball and we didn't have a legislative inspector general for 3 years? I mean, how is that even possible?
They're, of course, pointing fingers at each other. And it's the legislative leaders, and it comes back to Madigan and Cullerton. They're the guys in power, They are the ones that, they claim that the Republicans didn't give them a name or they didn't agree on a name or some, it's a bunch of who knows what. They didn't bother to get a legislative inspector general. It's the bottom line. One of the aides said to me, well, we were so busy with the budget. Really? For 2.5 years, you didn't pass the budget. You got to be able to juggle a couple of balls here, guys, not just one. I mean, it just leaving that office empty sent a signal to everybody that no one cared.
So this sexual harassment training, what's up with that, and when does it begin, and what does it involve?
Well, it was interesting that, the Democrats held their own, the Republicans held their own. I thought that was odd at first. But then I thought, well, maybe they feel more comfortable about asking questions. From those inside, we were given the handout of, it was basically 10, 15, 20, 40 slides. 40 slides. They had a pre-quiz ahead of time. And, there is a wide age range at the Capitol, but it does tend to it's much on the older side. They're not exactly young folks in there. So, some people might think is an okay comment, other people are saying no. And I thought the best line was, if you wouldn't say it to your grandmother, don't say it.
Well, I call my grandmother Honey. That's it's from a Larry David episode. If I can pivot, can I pivot a little bit here, Amy?
Well, wait, let me ask. What were there any other questions did you learn anything from this 40-slide presentation?
I wasn't in the training, but it just from reading it, it was basic. It was basic. Don't no flirtatious emails, no staring, no here's what the law says. I mean, some of it was like, really, guys? Yeah, I mean, did you not learn some of this at home when you were a young person and your parents raised you? I mean, they need a refresher course in this. I guess it's that's where they got to start.
So if I could pivot for a second, Marianne, because we were once colleagues at NBC5, and yesterday Barack Obama showed up for jury duty in Cook County, and everybody made a big polenta out of the whole thing. Do you know, Marianne, when I was working with you at Channel 5 and I was doing a morning show at 4:30 in the morning called Barely Today, I was called for federal jury duty. I turned out to be the foreperson on a federal jury, a trial that lasted for 2 freaking weeks. Did I complain about it? I mean, I was doing a morning TV show and going and sitting and falling asleep on a jury every day. And
no, the more important question is, did you know that he had that TV show? Because I worked there too, and I didn't even know that there was a show called Barely Today.
Marianne, not Marianne.
I know you guys think I'm a dinosaur there. I know.
I worked there 12 years too. But do you remember that show? Because I honestly,
it was on for 4.5 months.
I barely remember Barely Today.
And one of the reporters called it Barely There. It was called Barely Today. Anyway, but Obama shows up yesterday. Why didn't the Chief Judge Tim Evans just say, don't even bother showing up, Skype to us that you're here or something? Because there's no way he was going to sit on a jury.
Oh, I think so. I mean, other Oprah has shown up for jury.
Mr. T
I
did.
mean, I think Donald Trump has shown up before he was president. I mean, it does send a very good signal to everyone that, hey, when you get called, you come. I do think it was pretty interesting that he also had a luncheon speech on the same day.
Don't cancel.
I don't know how that happened.
He was pretty sure he wasn't getting picked.
And that's a guy who donated like $1 million to him, wasn't it? One of these, big mockers.
Michael Sachs.
Yeah, right, Michael Sachs.
Mayor Emanuel's dearest bud.
No way. Hey,
that was pretty interesting.
I'm going to make the luncheon. Don't worry. Yeah.
But President W. Bush and George, excuse me, I can't. Words are hard sometimes, Marianne. George W. Bush and Bill Clinton, they also had to report for jury duty, and they were never selected. But the Tribune yesterday wrote an article that President Barack Obama could be the foreman for the jury. I mean, they actually, foreperson, they actually thought that he was going to be picked to serve on the jury.
Right, and I was the foreperson on my jury because I worked with Marianne Ahern. They said, you have so much cred. You're on Channel 5. You're in living color. Yeah. That's why they made me the foreperson.
Yeah. All right, so Marianne, what are you working on for tonight? Or do you have a day off? Is it a research day? Remember research days? Loved research days.
I'm heading right back in. And so there's a couple of things percolating. Perhaps Silverstein has 2 challengers. 2 Democrats have stepped up to say they'd like to run. So we'd like to talk to them. And As well, Governor Rauner, even though I won't be there, he is speaking in Springfield, and we hadn't heard from him all week on the veto session. He lost some of the things that he vetoed, including the all-important cursive writing, Gal.
Oh!
They are going to teach cursive writing. You know, he said, "Oh, to heck with that," but they said no, they want to keep that cursive writing going. And I also heard this morning and took a look. I love this. The Pope said no photographs from your phone. Stop taking phone pictures.
No
Really?
selfies.
And mass.
Selfies
Yeah,
are
I
narcissistic. They're solipsistic.
Yes.
During mass,
You're holding
people
up
were.
your phone.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
People were taking People take selfies in church.
People are.
with
I'm
the
an usher.
focus
People
there.
are always on their phone in church.
Why would you take a selfie? I mean, if you could get God in the picture with you, I could understand that. But Marianne, why would they? You're supposed to be praying to God. What are you taking a picture of yourself for?
They all want to save. If it's the Pope, they want to save that they were there with the Pope.
Oh, with the Pope. I get it. All right. Well, that matters.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what time will we be on? 6 o'clock? Do you think?
Either 5 or 6.
Okay.
5 or
Well, we'll
6,
just
maybe
start
probably.
watching at 4.
Well, wait a minute.
and
Could you
we'll
cut
just
it down to a minute 30? I know you want a minute 45, but we have to have 15 seconds for the lottery numbers. Can you cut it down to a minute and a half?
Not too long ago, someone cut 20 seconds out of my piece, and I about lost it. So, yeah, those seconds are
Oh, honey. Remember,
I want to hear Marianne lose it.
No, that happened. And remember when Joel Cheatwood was there, and every package had to be 1 minute? 1 minute. You'd work 8 hours a day on a story, and they would cut it to 1 minute. I was out of my mind.
What do you think of the 280 character count in Twitter now? I mean, I'm an old school guy. I'm 140.
You don't have to answer that question. All right, Marianne Ahern, always a pleasure to have you on the show. You're the best in the business.
Marianne
Love you to death.
Ahern, Channel 5.
Channel 5. Watch her tonight at 4:30, 5, 6, 10. Just put Channel 5 on all
All
the
of
time.
them together, she'll get a minute and a half.
And she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Right, you'll get over it. Somebody
Everything's
blocked.
fine.
No. What do you want to talk about?
I don't
know
want
I'm
to
going to talk about it.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
No, we can't. Can't talk about it.
Keith, can I talk about it?
No.
Somebody blocked somebody on Twitter, and somebody's not happy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my account. Weather, it's going to get cold around here, and we're going to have snow. So take this
doesn't say it
forecast
in
seriously for all of us who have feral cats that we have to take care of.
Feral Cats is my name in fantasy football. Today, cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing with the temperature rising near 41 by 9, and then falling to around 31 during the remainder of the day. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 22. Friday, snow showers likely, mainly before noon. Partly sunny with a high near 33. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 40. Cloudy overnight with a low around 37. And Sunday, Bears game, 40% chance of rain.
Fun day.
Mostly cloudy with a high near 43. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 34. That is a check of the weather. Now for the traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Lake Forest, Old Elm, still blocked off between 41 and Ridge. Problem with the rail crossing there. Eden's inbound is heavy starting at Devon, 26 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 29. Kennedy, 45 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 21 from Montrose, 18 in the Express. Outbound to the airport, it's 51 minutes. The Eisenhower, an hour, 390 to Burn Circle, outbound 42 minutes. Stevenson, 58 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 42. Ryan is 28 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, Bishop Ford, both 25 minutes from I-80 to the merge. Northbound Tri-State, heavy, 111th to Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Reagan Tollway, so Naperville Road to 355. Jim Telemonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Savings based on 2-year protection plan compared to T-Mobile premium device protection as of July 12, 2017. Square Trade does not cover lost or stolen items. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting a new phone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So, protecting your phone is a smart idea. But phone insurance through your wireless carrier can cost as much as $15 every month. Switch to Square Trade phone protection instead, for half the cost of insurance through your wireless carrier. And you could save $200 or more. It's like protecting 2 phones for the price of 1. Square Trade covers accidents like drops and spills with easy same-day repair options. Part of the Allstate family, we're trusted by over 30 million customers with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And switching to Square Trade is easy. How else can you save $200 in 10 minutes? So don't wait. Switch today.
Switch to Square Trade now and you can save over $200. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
By the time I reached 1 year period, I had lost 2 inches off my waist, and I lost 17 pounds.
I think they're part of the reason that I was able to shake 10 pounds, and I think because the support, nutritional support. My blood pressure significantly is so low now compared to what it was. I think I'm doing great with it.
You've got a good product. It's just amazing.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Order today.
Hi, my name is Ray McElroy, former Chicago Bears player and chaplain and founder and CEO of the nonprofit Array of Hope on Earth. You know, running a successful nonprofit organization that serves at-risk, underserved youth in the inner city of Chicago presents its own set of challenges. I am so relieved that as a small, newer organization, we don't have to count our payroll and HR responsibilities as one of them because of the amazing service we receive from Precision Payroll of America. Not only do I appreciate the professional quality of Precision Payroll of America, but I also love that their values of faith, family, and fair and comprehensive service align perfectly with our own.
Thank you, Ray. For our great services, call me at 630-242-1507 or on the web at precisionpayroll.com. To support a great cause, check out arrayofhopeonearth.org.
Tom, you're the best, bro.
No, man, you're the best.
No, you're the best.
Oh, you the man.
No, for real, dog. You the man.
This is a court-ordered notice. Current and former Honda and Nissan owners or lessees can receive payments and other benefits from a legal settlement related to allegedly defective Takata airbags in their vehicles. To see if your vehicle is included and to file a claim, go to autoairbagsettlement.com or call 1-888-735-5596. That's autoairbagsettlement.com or 1-888-735-5596.
Worry less with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
So your son got home safe last night? Tom said he had a flat tire.
Yeah, he was out past curfew and got stuck on Route 1, but Liberty Mutual went out and took care of it for him.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, a flat, jump, or tow. It's no problem no matter where or when with their roadside assistance.
What was he doing out so late anyway?
Getting himself grounded for a month.
Visit us online to get a quote. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Optional 24-hour roadside assistance coverage. Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
If you have pain, I hope you listen up. Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You don't need to live in pain. Let me repeat that. You do not have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, whether it's from an accident or pain that just develops. Chicagoland, you're in luck. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the nation's most respected and successful pain doctors. He's been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Bottom line, he's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off pain medication and all of the side effects. How? By finding the source of your chronic pain and fixing it.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. Let's make you pain-free.
Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain, and you could be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info you need at mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com.
AM 560. The answer.
So, Bobby Knight, you know Bobby Knight. The General was on with this new show with Joe Buck.
Sure.
Has this new show on Fox Sports.
Joe Buck, Restricted and Uptight. Yes, I think that's the name of the show.
Is that what is it called?
Yeah.
Really? It's called Restricted and Uptight?
No, I think that's what he looks like. Did you ever see Joe Buck on Brockmire?
No, I sat next to Joe Buck on a plane, on Southwest plane, to St. Louis because he's from St. Louis. Very nice gentleman.
Sure.
Very respectful, normal. We chatted because Bonnie Buck, remember her? She worked at Channel 5.
Did she
love Bonnie Buck?
Did Joe Buck take over the armrest from you, or who won the armrest?
No, we had a seat in between us.
Oh.
We went pretty empty flight to St. Louis from Midway. So
Did he try to ignore you during the entire flight?
no, we chatted because I said, "Hey, Joe," I work with Bonnie, your older sister.
Oh.
So we chatted and we talked the whole 45-minute.
And what was the tenor of your conversation?
Maybe it's private. Okay. Maybe I'm just going to keep that.
No, if you open the door
myself.
and you bring it up, you got to tell us what you talked to Joe
Back
Buck.
to Bobby Knight.
Did you talk about the infield fly rule with
Oh,
him?
here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Bobby Knight. I'm with Joe Buck. You can tell Bobby Knight's still a little bitter about being let go from Indiana.
I'm sure that one time or another I grabbed a lot of kids.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did society change during the course of time? Because we've talked about...
No, I think people changed there. There were enough people changed there that were tired of basketball being the guiding light of the university, and I won't go in any other direction.
So that incident happens, and then some student walks up to you on campus and says, "Hey, Knight."
Some kid came up to me and say, "Hey, Knight, what's going on?" That kid made a dumb mistake. You know, I went over to that kid, and I did a lot more for the son of a bitch than his parents ever did for him. And I went over there, and I said, "Son, let me tell you something. You don't address adults like that under any circumstances. And that's why I have no use for Indiana University."
Wow.
I like that sentiment. I think his response was a little bit disproportionate when he threw the kid like he was a folding chair across the court.
Well, he just grabbed onto him. He shouldn't have.
Yeah, he shouldn't touch.
No touching.
No touching, but you should say that you are being very rude. I like anybody who's younger than I am to call me Mr., which is why I'm a little bit upset at how you address me. But that's fine.
Okay, Mr. Wolf. Coming up next, Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Tucker Carlson rips into Donna Brazile. It is classic.
He laid down for Donna Brazile.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he totally laid down.
We'll let you decide. Yeah. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Dave Stewart filling in once again for Mike Scott. When is Mike Scott coming back? And I hope to goodness I get his appendix so I can put it on my charm bracelet.
I don't think that's known exactly. He's keeping it close to the vest where his appendix used to be. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Mr. Wolf. Good morning. 40 degrees in Chicago, 732 on AM 560. The Answer. Partly sunny and chilly with a high of 43. An undercover probe of the TSA says airport screeners are failing to detect test weapons at a high rate. Representative Mike McCall, chairman of the House Committee on Homeland Security, said those findings are disturbing.
We need to do more to confront the growing threats aimed at the aviation sector.
The details not disclosed publicly, but congressional sources tell NBC News the TSA failure rate was high. Apple rejecting the FBI's claim that they're having difficulty unlocking the iPhone of the Texas church massacre gunman. The Bureau says industry standard encryption was keeping law enforcement out of Devin Kelly's phone, but Apple says it did offer help with the phone immediately after the shooting. FEMA is reportedly in the final stages of putting together plans to airlift desperate Puerto Ricans to the mainland nearly 2 months after Hurricane Maria. Elected officials in Chicago can now be punished for committing sexual harassment. Mayor Emanuel applauded the city council for voting to expand the rules banning sexual harassment by city officials or employees.
The ordinance is one step, but there's a lot more work that needs to be done to make sure there's not a culture that gives a permission slip or permits a behavior that is totally unacceptable.
Previously, only city workers could face fines or discipline. Now the policy has been extended to include the alderman, the mayor, treasurer, and city clerk. Charges pending after a Chicago police sergeant was hit by a vehicle on the south side. Authorities say a car rammed into the officer yesterday during a traffic stop in the 5500 block of South Racine. The driver then took off. He was arrested after a short chase. The sergeant suffered minor injuries. Mayor Emanuel says he favors allowing cab drivers to charge surge pricing and to arrange fares with apps as a way of leveling the playing field with ride-sharing companies. In sports, Blackhawks head to Philly to play the Flyers tonight. Tomorrow, the Bulls are hosting the Pacers. News, a service of Accountems. Business needs can change in an instant, from increased workload like year-end products to staff absences over the holidays. Accountems can help by providing accounting and finance professionals on a temporary or project basis whenever and wherever you need them. Call today. Accountems, a Robert Half company. AM 560 News Time 7:34. We'll check traffic in 2 minutes on AM 560, The Answer.
The Republican establishment isn't struggling because Trump is dishonest or mean.
The Joe Walsh Show.
They're struggling because people like Flake and Corker no longer understand their own voters and are using Trump as a scapegoat. That's fine with me. This division is a good thing. The division is waking the American people up and getting them mad.
The Joe Walsh Show, weeknights starting at 5, right after Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
This is what draining the swamp looks like.
Ready for a bad cold and flu season? A cold is a cold, but flu brings fever. Be prepared with the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer, backed by medical professionals everywhere.
2 strong banking teams have united to help you continue to grow your business with the same dedication and even more opportunities. And we have a new name. The private bank is now CIBC. The same team you know and trust now brings deeper resources, global banking reach, and the power to help your business seize new opportunities. Our name may have changed, but our commitment to your business is now stronger than ever. Visit us at cibc.com/US. Member FDIC.
There's nothing like it. The smell of a tailgate, the chill in the air, the roar of the crowd. The only thing better than game day with your favorite team is when it all ends with a win. Touchdown NIU. Hear it all right here on the Husky Sports Network.
Your NIU Huskies take on the Ball State Cardinals tonight at 6. Hear every hit, celebrate every victory, right here on AM 560. The Answer.
At 7:36 from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Dave. It's pretty heavy now on the inbound Kennedy with delays all the way in from Canfield. It's an hour from O'Hare to downtown, 30 minutes from Montrose, 32 in the Express, outbound 40 minutes to the airport. Eden's 26 minutes, Lake Cook to the junction, outbound 29. The Eisenhower, an hour from 390 to downtown, 44 minutes from Manheim, outbound 42 to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 7 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40 minutes. Ryan is 28 minutes, 95th to downtown. Northbound Tri-State snarled, 111th to the Hinsdale Oasis, from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Reagan Tollway tight Winfield to Yackley, Veterans Memorial. 75th most to the way to Roosevelt, and from the Army Trail Toll to 290. Traffic, service of Staples. Staples helps promote your business with print materials like presentations, brochures, postcards, and promotional products designed to impress clients. And now save 20% off print and marketing services orders of $50 or more. Staples, it's pro time. Exclusions apply. Ends 12/2/17. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte at AM 560. The Answer.
We've got more of Chicago's Morning Answer next, but now the forecast. Partly sunny later today, breezy and cold with a high of only 43. Partly cloudy near record temperatures tonight, heading down to 19. Partly sunny, continued cold tomorrow. A flurry in the morning. Tomorrow's high only 34. Right now it's 40 degrees at O'Hare. Next news, 8 o'clock. Continuous coverage of the latest news, traffic, and weather at 560theanswer.com. Now more of Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Goldstone Financial, helping you become financially independent at goldstonefinancialgroup.com.
Don't miss Freedom Summit Chicago 2017, Saturday, November 11th, featuring Dinesh D'Souza and Oliver North. Tickets on sale now at freedomsummitchicago.com.
You going to sing it? Huey Lewis.
I only know one Huey Lewis song. Yeah.
What's that? Not this
The
one?
Heart of Rock and Roll. I mean, that's it.
You're so old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was a joke when I saw the headline. Not a joke. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You can now get your DNA tested at an NFL game. Woo! Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. That's where the 49ers play up there near San Francisco.
Sure.
Offering free DNA test kits to the first 68,000 fans that enter the stadium. They can also purchase other tests at prices ranging from $29 to $149. It had a similar relationship with the Baltimore Ravens, but a plan to give test kits to every fan entering a September game was called off by the Maryland regulators because they had some questions about it.
This is to determine your genealogy and stuff like that. I have to admit my bias here.
Mm-hmm.
When you told me we had a story about DNA tests in an NFL game, I thought we were testing the players for paternity. So I had no idea that we were talking about genealogy.
Hey-o. No, we are not talking about genealogy. This is, a lot of people are doing it because I'm logged on to Ancestry.com and I got my DNA test kit in the mail and I spit in the little tube and then you seal up the tube and you make sure everything on the side of the tube is correct because you don't want to mess up your swab kit there.
Right, right.
And I find out some pretty interesting things.
So what's your genealogy? Let me see. You're about 5'11". You're blonde. I'm going to say you're from Setagora, which is where my family is from in Eastern Europe. I'm just going to guess. Am I right or am I wrong?
I had some surprises. I thought I was a Swedish princess. I mean, I always thought that I was at least 50% Swedish because my grandpa was born and raised in Sweden. Unlike Bruce Rauner's grandpa, who was born and raised in the province of Wisconsin. He lied about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyhow.
Bruce Rauner is a liar? Oh, yeah. He said that he wasn't going to take sides on the abortion issue either.
He lied to Cardinal
Which is why Jeannie Ives is going to run against him, and Bruce Rauner's base is going to be gutted, and he's not going to win in the general election against...
Exactly.
Okay, there
and
we
that's
go.
what I discovered in my DNA test.
Exactly.
No, I discovered I'm only 29% Swedish.
A plurality of you.
I'm from Great Britain, the majority of me. I'm
Really?
British. Well,
What percentage are you Anglo and Saxon?
68%.
Really?
Yeah, but that shouldn't be a surprise. I'm a DAR. I'm a daughter of the American Revolution.
Wow.
I'm Episcopalian, which is, the Church of England.
Did
They
your
broke from the
ancestors-
Catholics.
your
Come over
ancestors-
on the Mayflower. Yes, we fought in every war. My
Wait, they didn't really-
great was a Minuteman, and that my mom has a whole genealogy on.
I thought you were
her
going to say
side.
your husband was. But anyway, hiyo. Look, you seriously? You are a daughter of the American
Yeah,
Revolution?
I'm a DAR. Yep.
Wow.
Please kneel to me now.
Really?
But guess what else I am? Have you ever heard of the Republic of Congo?
Sure.
Well, I have
Yes.
nothing to do with the Republic of Congo.
No, I
just
didn't
like
think
to
you
say
were
that.
African at all.
Well,
Yeah.
no, you could be African. I could be African. We all really came from Africa, right? Eventually.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you did. Maybe I did.
I am.
Your ancestors may have been involved in some trading with the Africans to
I'm a
bring
little,
over some indentured servants. Yeah.
Serbian, 4% Serbian, 4% Croatian, and 8% guess.
I'm going to
Ding, ding, ding,
say
ding.
Uranian. She's from Uranus.
Uranian.
No, what's the other percentage?
I'm Russian.
Really? Oh, it's just a little bit.
Right. I know, but still crushed.
Yeah. All my family, to the extent I know, is basically from this little place called Setagora, a Jewish community in Eastern Europe, which was formerly part of Romania. But, it's like 90% of Jews are from there. The rest of the Jews, a lot of them are from Germany, and they lord it over us. Yeah, because they're the smarter ones. Yeah.
So back to this. Would you bother getting a free DNA test at a football game? 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.Pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Because I don't know if I would. I mean, you go to the game with who you think is your father.
Oh.
And then you find out you have no DNA alike.
In common. It's not
Yes.
really your father.
And then you leave the game.
That's a downer, too. It's bad enough that the Bears are not going to score any points.
Oh.
But then you find out that you are cast adrift.
But is it a good clinical practice, too, to get your DNA tested at an NFL football game?
How about a colon examination as well? I mean, while you're there. I mean, why do they do all that? Why would they give you a DNA test at a baseball game?
Football game.
Yeah.
I've heard of the free T-shirt giveaway.
Yeah, sure.
But the DNA test
No,
giveaway?
I don't see the
So
relationship between DNA and
genetic
football.
testing is, whether your genes make you a better athlete or give you healthier skin. That's
Of
why
course they do.
people want to find
Everything is genetically determined practically.
Yes.
They're going to find out more and more. I mean, for example, if you who's a good guy to read on this is Charles Murray, who, when he's not being pilloried at Middlebury College, he says we're going to find out more and more about the human genome in the next few years. It is going to depress you so much because you're responsible for practically nothing. You're worried about being a good parent. Basically, if you're just around, that's good. You can't really transmit very much else to your kids because it's so genetically determined. And people know that. When you see these kids, they come out. You have no control over what they are. So,
well, here's one person did it. She said because she said it helped her step up her personal training regime after her DNA test indicated that she might perform well in endurance sports. So now they're getting really into the nitty gritty. Or if you're prone to certain health problems.
It's a placebo. This is like the Ouija board. It's somebody, they will tell you something, and then it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You'll say, well, it's genetically determined, so now I will work out more. But it's a placebo. It doesn't even matter.
Certain nutrition plans. It's your body's unique makeup. I'm getting my kids tested because their dad was born and raised in Puerto Rico. So the chances that they have some African in them are pretty high. And if they test 11% or more, then you could check that box off when you apply for selective enrollment in high schools.
I thought since they're Puerto Rican, they would have a likelihood of moving to Manhattan and smoke on your pipe and put that in. I like to be in America. That's what I think. Do you know the Lin Miranda?
Yeah, he's
Lin
Puerto
Manuel.
Rican.
He's Puerto Rican, and he's going to do Hamilton, like in Puerto Rico, to help. I don't know, maybe raise funds for an electric light or something, and
to rebuild the power grid,
something
Bruce.
like that.
Well, we also, speaking of Puerto Rico, we're learning this morning that they're sending that so far 130,000 Puerto Ricans have escaped the area and have gone to Florida, and they're sending 6,000 more to New York. The governor of Puerto Rico decided that we're going to send, because they need to get people out of there to rebuild. It was hard. Remember the San Francisco earthquake back in 1904, was it? The big one?
Yeah,
the big one.
06.
My grandparents were there. My great grandparents, excuse me, and they wrote and they put everybody.
The Russian ones.
No, I do not know. It's a Russian. No, these are the Norwegian ones. They put them on different buses. They had a bus for Oklahoma City, Minneapolis, Chicago, Kansas City, but everybody had to get out of the city for them to rebuild. And they gave my great grandpa $6, and they chose to go to Oklahoma City. So we lived in Oklahoma for a while, but that's like how things happen. And then, but they're afraid. A lot of people in Puerto Rico are afraid that they'll send the people away and they won't come back. That's the thing.
Yeah, who wants to go back?
Right.
I like to be in America. Everything free in
Can
America.
you sing? I want to be in America.
Always the hurricanes blowing, always the population growing and the money owing.
James from Westmont joins us on our Turnkey.pro answer line. Good morning, James.
Morning, you two. Bruce, good to hear you again. Hey, Amy, real quick, with Tecumseh, spent many years there with my kids and loved that camp. Love the black hole, too, by the way. So
I went down. I'm so glad you went down the black hole. That's so sweet.
Oh, I always went down the black hole.
Bruce has no idea.
Go down the black hole, by the way.
A lot of teachers and parents, volunteers, did not go down the black hole. So
there was this. That's why. Anyway, I think with the DNA testing, shooting them out the T-shirt cannon should be part of the deal there. So when everybody lines up, they should just fire them out there. What do you think?
You fire out the swabs, and they go. You open your mouth, and then the swab lands in your mouth. Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, I know that this is. Thanks so much, James. I know that this is a gimmick for the DNA, because then they suck you in. It's free, but then you want to know more, so you have to pay more to get more information.
It's always a come on, right?
Yeah. I'm going to have a DNA test
at an NFL game.
Yeah, and then we'll be back in 2 and 2.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, is there sparks flying between Tucker Carlson and Donna Brazil? We'll find out. But first, here's your forecast. It's going to snow tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Get ready for it.
Just in. Today, it's going to be cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing with the temperature rising to near 41 by 9, then falling to around 31 during the remainder of the day. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 22. Tomorrow, snow showers likely, mainly before noon. Partly sunny with a high near 33. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 40. Cloudy overnight with a low around 37. And Sunday, Bears game, get your DNA tested. A 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 43. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 34. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Bruce and Amy. Good morning. Eden's inbound. Delay start at Devon, 25 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 30. In Lake Forest, Old Elm was still blocked off, and 41 in Ridge due to a rail crossing problem. At Kennedy, we're looking at an hour. O'Hare to downtown, 30 minutes from Montrose, 32 in the Express, outbound 40 to the airport. The Eisenhower, now an hour and 9 minutes from 390 to downtown, 53 minutes from Manheim, outbound 55 minutes to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 7 minutes, 355 to the drive, outbound 40 minutes. Ryan, 34 minutes, 95th to downtown. Lakeshore Drive, Blaze southbound, or from around Irving Park to Fullerton, northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Southbound Tri-State heavy now 132 to 137, northbound 111th to the Hinsdale Oasis, from Reagan all the way to North Avenue, 8094 westbound. Stop and go I-65 decline thanks to an earlier crash. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. America's strength is that she's a free nation. Our weakness is we've stopped defending the foundations of our freedom. Non-behavioral characteristics like race and religion take precedence over shared beliefs as it relates to who is granted entrance to America, to the extent permission is required at all. This in spite of the fact that there is plenty of identity diversity that occurs naturally within a global population that shares a common commitment to peaceful pluralism. The temperature in K-12 is approaching Fahrenheit 451 as school districts move to ban literary masterworks like To Kill a Mockingbird because the language may offend. A recent survey of college undergrads finds 1 in 5 believes violence is acceptable to silence someone who makes a hurtful statement. Private property is seized by the state if you refuse to participate in events that violate your religious beliefs. You make too little. You make too much. You don't pay enough. You didn't build that. You need not apply. You must check your privilege. You must use these pronouns. You can't use those words. As Thomas Paine wrote, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. If we continue to acquiesce to those who would cheapen our freedoms, we will all pay dearly.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I have a $1,200 knee brace because I have bone on bone in my left knee, and I have a torn cartilage in my right knee. And since I've been taking Balance of Nature, I don't wear my brace, and I can walk without pain. It's I had these copper things I used to put on my knees. I don't use those either. I don't use anything. I think it's just wonderful.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. Order today.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Kurt Penn, founder and CEO of Good Foods. In 2007, I was shopping in a natural foods grocery store and had a vision for a company that would produce fresh, all-natural foods with a social conscience. Signature Bank helped turn that vision into what now is Good Foods. Signature Bank President Mick O'Rourke listened to our story and learned about our business. Mick has been with us every step of the way. Signature Bank takes care of the details so we can focus on producing good foods. Signature Bank is deeply invested in our success. Good Foods is very proud to bank with Signature Bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Risk mitigation is an important consideration that smart companies pay attention to in today's complicated business climate. Some of the greatest risks occur when your company hires new employees or when you execute new business financial relationships. When your company hires, leases, or conducts financial transactions, decisions are critical. That's why veteran-owned and operated Global Verification Network is a company you should know. Startups to Fortune 100s trust Global Verification Network, and so should you. They're a background screening and investigative services company dedicated to expert, timely, and affordable background screening services for employment, tenant screening, and business due diligence. Global Verification Network is headquartered in Chicagoland, a federally recognized veteran-owned small business, and never offshores data like many competitors. To request your company's risk analysis without obligation or cost, visit globalverificationnetwork.com or call 877-695-1179 or visit them online at globalverificationnetwork.com. Global Verification Network, the risk mitigation experts, 877-695-1179.
Hey, you've heard how Automated Systems excels at assisting companies with systems integration and FDA compliance, but they're also a staffing leader. They supply handpicked elite leadership, subject matter experts, and proven technical professionals in engineering, quality control, and FDA compliance to support the life sciences field in executing mission-critical projects. ASI provides highly specialized pros to deliver projects on time and budget. Don't pay a lot more to a big consulting firm, and don't trust the big temp agencies to supply the talent you need. Call Laz, my friend Laz at Automated Systems, when failure isn't an option. ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life sciences companies, from big pharma to startups, and excel through a culture of excellence in execution. For a staffing, compliance, or automation evaluation, call Laz now at Automated Systems at 844-HIRE-ASI or visit AutomatedSYS.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or AutomatedSYS.com.
All that extra weight is messing with your health, your sleep, your social life, even your love life. Time to take control. I'm Dr. Frank Marticello, and that's exactly what I did. I always worked out, worked hard, and no matter what I did, I couldn't lose that weight. I then saw a picture of myself, and that's what did it. I had to search for a solution. I found the ideal method. I lost 80 pounds, opened Total Life Weight Loss, and that was 9 years ago, and I've kept it off. Listen to this.
I hated being on meds needed only because I was overweight. I was tired of being tired and wearing black all the time. So I turned to Total Life Weight Loss. It was truly a life changer. Total Life Weight Loss gave me support and strategies to get rid of the weight and maintain my new current weight. I love the way I look and feel.
This is a medically developed protocol that helps you lose weight fast, get healthy, and keep it off for life. Call Total Life Weight Loss now at 708-695-5999 to book your free metabolic assessment or attend one of our free educational workshops. Again, that's 708-695-5999.
This winter, treat yourself to sun, sand, and fun. With Apple Vacations' big winter sale, a tropical beach vacation is closer than you think. Discover eco-friendly Huatuco, golden beaches, sapphire waters, and modern resorts combined to make Huatuco a dream destination. 7 nights at Barceló Huatuco start from only $13.99. We're making a full week of unlimited luxury at Dreams Huatuco Resort and Spa, starting from just $16.99. Both winter escapes include round-trip nonstop air, resort transfers, all meals, drinks, and taxes. Call Carey Travel Express at 847-639-3300 to book your trip today. That's Carey Travel Express at 847-639-3300 or visit CareyTravelExpress.com. Huatuco, close to heaven. Mexico, a world of its own. Prices per person based on double occupancy for select exclusive vacation flights from O'Hare to Huatuco on Valeris starting January 13th and include taxes and fees, including September 11th security fee. Some flights are operated by other airlines. Baggage charges apply. See AppleVacations.com. Prices subject to availability and change restrictions apply.
AM 560, The Answer.
Bruce has a shirt on, a sweatshirt that says "one in a minion."
Yes, that's a Hebrew term. Minion means you're laughing about it because I had a brain cramp and I couldn't remember.
No, I was just because Mike Scott is taking Hebrew lessons.
Mike Scott? Why would Mike Scott take? Is this part of his therapy for having lost his appendix? I don't get that.
I don't know. But anyway, because you just got caught eating ham, and what's going on?
Thanks for outing me right now. You just outed me because I had an egg muffin, as Mike Tyson would call it.
Well, Michael Mann saw you in the hallway,
Michael
and you're
Mann,
eating ham.
who is our what? He's a big macher, as we say. Yeah, he's an important guy in sales here, right?
Yes.
And he knows about the Jewish religion. And he saw. I wore the sweatshirt for him today. That says the sweatshirt says, "What's so funny?" I don't. Why are you laughing and snorting?
You're wearing a sweatshirt.
It says "one in a minion." So a little pun on one in a million. A minion is a quorum, and you need 10 people to pray. So it's a joke, but it's fun. It's good, and it's a little bit egotistical and solipsistic to say that I'm one in a million, but. So I wore it for him today.
Okay.
Yeah. And he caught me eating an Egg McMuffin with Canadian bacon in it.
I'm gonna have to.
But I
take
think
that
Canadian bacon is kosher, isn't it? I mean, regular bacon isn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's quickly go to Mary, who's been holding on the line for a while. Mary joins us from Chicago.
Mary.
Good morning, Mary.
Mary, don't you know me, Mary?
Yes. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
The reason I'm calling in, Amy, you made a comment this morning, just kind of really quickly about taking care of feral cats. Is that right?
Yeah, my cat Crazy died, and then all of a sudden this gray tabby showed up in my alley, and it looks like my cat. I'm not kidding you. And I've been feeding him every day, and he's been killing rats.
Is it a feral cat or is it?
Oh, it's a feral cat. Trust me. Now there's 2 of them, and they sleep in my garage, and I feed them every day.
How can you determine whether a cat is feral?
Oh, cat people know.
If it kills?
Well, I'd like you to consider this point of view. I've been feeding wild birds in my backyard for several years. I have blue jays, I've got cardinals, I've got couple different kinds of woodpeckers. And we have a crazy cat lady in our neighborhood who supposedly feeds these feral cats. The thing is they're constantly climbing the fence into my backyard, pooping all over the place, and killing my birds.
Okay.
I trapped one. I took it down to the Anti-Cruelty Society and gave them a donation.
So we shouldn't feed the feral cats, Mary.
All right,
we have to
Mary,
run.
thanks,
but
sir.
we
We
did
have
want
to
to
go.
say,
Thank you for calling.
Get feral birds. They're an equal match for the feral cats.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, legalizing recreational marijuana in Cook County, how it could be a new revenue stream. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's David Stewart.
Thanks, Amy. We'll be checking some local headlines after an update from Fox News. 560 The Answer, WIND Chicago. It's 40 degrees at 8 o'clock.
He used to say China was raping the U.S. on trade. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's when President Trump was a candidate. Now in office, visiting Beijing, he says he doesn't blame China for our trade imbalance.
I do blame past administrations for allowing this out-of-control trade deficit.
Of course, North Korea is also a big issue. Fox's John Decker monitoring live from Seoul, South Korea.
China has already agreed to sever banking ties, end joint venture companies, and limit the export of diesel fuel. But President Trump and his meetings with President Xi Jinping pressed Beijing to do even more, perhaps cutting off its oil supply to North Korea.
All nations must come together to ensure that this rogue regime cannot threaten the world with its nuclear weapons.
For China, North Korea remains a valuable buffer against the possibility of a united Korean peninsula that would probably be capitalist, democratic, and allied with the U.S. Dave?
John, later the president will go to Vietnam and possibly meet with Russia's president at an economic summit. The United Nations is warning Saudi Arabia's blockade on civil war-torn Yemen could lead to the largest famine the world has seen in decades, with millions at risk of starvation. The Saudi-led coalitions closed ports and halted humanitarian shipments, blaming Iran-backed rebels for firing a missile towards Saudi Arabia over the weekend. Another vigil in Texas. For the Sutherland Springs church shooting victims, Vice President Pence was there among those praying, calling the killer deranged.
As the president said on Sunday, halfway across the world, we will never leave your side.
Actor Kevin Spacey's been fired from a film amid the sexual misconduct claims against him.
How much would you pay to release your grandson if not $17 million?
Nothing. That was the trailer for All the Money in the World, but Spacey won't be delivering that nothing line anymore. He's being cut out, replaced by Christopher Plummer. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Good morning. It's 40 degrees in Chicago at 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer for Mike Scott. I'm David Stewart. Partly sunny, chilly today. We'll see a high of 43. Chance the Rapper opposes Mayor Emanuel's plan to build a $95 million police training academy on the west side. Addressing the city council, Chance said there are other services that need to be funded.
There's a lot of different services that need to be funded. And mental health services, which I'm sure you heard people say before. Obviously, schooling is my big thing. But there's a lot of ways to transform the city that don't have anything to do with police training.
Despite his pleas, the alderman voted $10 million for 30 acres of vacant land for the West Side Academy. CPS reinstating the principal of the high school inside the Cook County Jail. The principal, Sharnette Sims, was banned in September after the school district's inspector general accused her of faking academic data. But officials say she was reinstated after a separate investigation rebuked the IG's findings. So Sims is returning to work today. A Chicago police officer injured after a large brawl outside Dunbar High School on the south side. Authorities say a fight involving adults and kids broke out yesterday. During that melee, one officer suffered a leg injury and was hospitalized. No arrests were made. Charges are pending after a police sergeant was hit by a vehicle on the south side. Authorities say a car slammed into the officer yesterday during a traffic stop in the 5500 block of South Racine. The driver then took off but was arrested after a brief chase. That sergeant suffered minor injuries. Mayor Emanuel says he favors allowing cab drivers to charge surge pricing and arrange fares with apps as a way to level the playing field with ride-sharing companies. He also favors dropping fingerprinting as a requirement for cab drivers, since Uber and Lyft drivers don't have to do that. In sports, Blackhawks in Philly to play the Flyers. The Bulls host the Pacers tomorrow. The news, a service of Walgreens. With a little help from Walgreens, diabetes won't slow you down. With caring pharmacists, medications you rely on, and testing supplies from all the major brands. Where is it convenient, and where do I matter? At Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. Time now for the AM 560 Business Beat, and from the Fox Business Network, here's Jenny Crosolo.
From the Fox Business Network, the Time Warner AT&T merger might not happen if the two companies don't sell off some of their business units. The Justice Department disagrees with the combination of CNN, HBO, the Warner Brothers Film Studio, DirecTV, and 100 million wireless users. The government is demanding major concessions, including selling off Time Warner's TV unit, which includes CNN, or AT&T's DirecTV business. Target is closing some stores, but not until February. Target plans to close 12 locations with disappointing sales, but it is expanding new stores with better sales. Target says it opened 32 new stores this year. Budget airline Sprint is about to fly to Columbus, competing with Allegiant for discount flyers in Central Ohio starting in February. The Dow was up 6 yesterday. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
AM 560 News Time 8:05. Traffic in 2 minutes on AM 560. The Answer.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. And hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT helps keep you safe with security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling. ADT. Home. Safe home.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
At 8:07 from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, David. On the inbound Kennedy, it is stop and go Sayre to the Burn Circle. An hour and 3 minutes is the travel time. O'Hare to downtown, 35 minutes from Montrose, 32 in the Express. Outbound 40 to the airport. Eden's 23 minutes. Lake Cook to the Kennedy. Outbound it's 29. Mount Eisenhower, an hour and 9 minutes from 390 to downtown, 53 minutes from Mannheim, outbound 40 minutes to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 7 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40 minutes. Ryan is 35 minutes from 95th to the Loop, I-57, 23 minutes, I-80 to the Merge, Bishop 421. Southbound Lakeshore Drive, bumper to bumper, Bryn Mawr to North Avenue. Northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Southbound Tri-State, still 120 to Bradley. Northbound, Harlem to 31st. Reagan Tollway to North Avenue, and from the Grand Avenue curve to Lawrence. Adams Tollway okay, Reagan Tollway as well, Veterans Memorial. So southbound, Army Trail to St. Charles, northbound 75th Moose to the way to Roosevelt. See delay on eastbound 8094 from Grant to I-65. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
More of Chicago's Morning Answer next, but now the forecast for the day. Here's meteorologist Kevin Schneider.
Clouds give way to some sun for the day. Breezy with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. We'll have a high of 43 with temperatures falling into the lower 30s by evening. Tonight, otherwise partly cloudy and cold, low 19. I'm Kevin Schneider on AM 560, The Answer.
Lakefront now 41 degrees. It's 40 at Midway and 40 at O'Hare. Next news 8:30. Continuous coverage of the latest news, traffic, and weather at 560theanswer.com. Chicago's Morning Answer continues now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Turnkey IT, giving you the freedom to focus on your business while they handle the technical stuff. Turnkey IT.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to AM 560, The Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf.
Hi.
Hi, Bruce. Thanks for coming in today. Are you going to do chat for us?
Chat used to be a Friday phenomenon on the radio.
So you're going to... Oh, what a tease. It's for tomorrow's show.
Yes.
Great.
And then maybe you'll forget about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Before we get to the legalization, the possibility of legalizing recreational marijuana in Cook County, let's quickly go to Sean in Elmwood Park. Hello, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Will you two stop breaking my show, for God's sake? First off, Amy, when some crackpot calls you about birds, not only do birds take Durbins all over our cars, the food you use feeds the rats. So stop feeding the birds, okay, dummy? Because in the game of life, I picked the cat. And as for you,
yes.
Number one, there is no such thing as a trade deficit. And you took Econ 101 at your fancy schools. Why don't you explain...
Northwestern University. Where did you go again? Montefiore or something? Where? Look,
Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
Sean, did I ever say... Did I ever claim that there was a trade deficit? We have a trade deficit with Target. I buy stuff from Target, and they give me, goods, and I give them money. I don't.
Reading my tweets. Good for you. Pay attention to learn something. Okay? And here's the other thing. You're going to have your guest on about pot stores. I'm all for it. But are the stores going to be owned by lobbyists like the gaming houses all over the state? Are we going to pretend it's going to be good for the economy? Or are you going to open it up to the free market? I'm so sick of these frauds.
Well, why don't... Okay. Sean, why don't you take a deep breath... Inhale, exhale. Maybe attend a yoga class, do a few chaturangas, and listen to our next guest, John Fritchie, Cook County Board Commissioner, former state rep, who's going to talk about the... Yeah, thanks, Sean. Wow. Think he's a little fired up today?
I was going to say that they should, make it illegal to smoke cigars in the city of Chicago, but maybe Elmhurst is okay.
That said, let's join to AM 560. A returning guest, although it's been a few years, Cook County Commissioner John Fritchie. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. It has been a while. Hey, Amy. Hey, Bruce.
Hi.
So you want to, it's an advisory referendum, so the voters get to decide whether or not they want to put or have a possibility of legalizing recreational marijuana.
Right. So what I'm looking to do is just, let the voters weigh in on this. Cook County voters make up about 40% of the Illinois population. There's a legislation pending in the General Assembly for this, and I want them to know at least where half the population stands on this issue. It makes a lot of sense. A lot of people talk about the revenue, and the estimates for Illinois are about $500 million. But there's also a huge cost savings for us. Every year we wind up with tens of thousands of people arrested for low-level possession of marijuana. Then, all those cases clog up the court systems. They take up time of the state's attorney and the public defender, both of whom are already strapped for cash, as you can see in this year's county budget. And most of those cases get dismissed, about 90% of them. So we're clogging up the court system for no reason, leaving thousands of people with an arrest record for no reason, which makes it tougher for them to get a job, to apply for a loan, to get housing, whatever it may be. And, you've seen in the other states, you've got about 29 states now who either have recreational or medicinal marijuana. The revenue's coming in, the sky isn't falling. And I think it's time that Illinois takes a hard look at doing this sooner rather than later.
Because we are going to have to make up for the soda tax or the sugary beverage tax, which goes away when, in December?
December 1st will be the end of that happily. And we're going to pass the budget without that $200 million. It's not that often that we win one, but I was happy to be at the forefront of the repeal efforts, and we got a good victory for the taxpayers on that one.
Yeah, but where were you going to get the money for all these programs? I have no horse in this race. I don't live in Cook County. And as a matter of fact, I was selling soda pop.
Oh, you were
to Cook County residents.
On your front lawn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw your little kiosk.
I was gouging them.
Yeah.
But, if I may, it's hard for me to argue because I'm kind of in favor of legalizing marijuana.
Well, do you smoke pot?
That's between me and my dealer, okay? But, John...
No, but some of the smartest people I know smoke marijuana. But and then the dumb ones drink.
I would suggest that you read Infinite Jest, the third chapter, where a guy is basically on a pot bender the entire time. And there are deleterious effects to overuse of marijuana, but so there is also with alcohol. But aren't you worried at all that, marijuana is a gateway drug? And, there was something to be said for prohibition. We, got a lot of alcoholics dry. That's what happened. And so you never know what kind of can of worms you're opening.
Well, Actually, there'd be a lot of things to say that prohibition didn't even accomplish that. What it did was force people to go underground, and that's what you're seeing now. People who want to smoke marijuana are finding ways to get it. We'd be much better off legalizing it, regulating it, taxing it, and having it under a controlled system. As far as it being a gateway, not only is that not what the studies show, what's timely right now is that they're finding that marijuana is actually a very effective way to deal with the opioid crisis. And it's been a good way to wean people off of opioids.
All right. So you think it would generate anywhere between $350 and $700 million a year?
You're looking at $350 to $700 million a year statewide. And then there's obviously going to be, like with anything else, there's going to be local taxation. So there is going to be money generated at the local level as well. But when you're talking about that type of money going in statewide, that's money toward education funding. That's money toward the pensions. And no, we don't want to, fund the schools with cigarettes, alcohol, and pot.
But you'll take the money.
Well, we're supposed to be funding schools with the lottery.
Right. Well, right. And we all remember how
that works.
Sure.
But this is it's real money coming in. And Bruce, when you made the mention about alcohol, I think it's a very strong argument to say that we have more societal problems that are coming out of people that are drinking too much than people that are smoking too much.
I agree. I mean, it's hard for me to argue with you in this because I'm on your side.
Right, but no,
I'm going to hang up and call it a day.
Exactly.
I'm going to stop while I'm ahead.
You've convinced Bruce Wolf. But here's the thing: how does it work to be, to have where you have a pot farm, and then you have the distributors and all that? How many? I heard that you have to pay bring $1 million in cash to some board and say that you want to be a pot grower?
Well, you have to show that you have the funding. So when you look at our medicinal cannabis program, and I was actually when I was in the legislature, I was one of the original sponsors. That's about a decade ago. The state regulates that literally from seed to sale. They are carefully monitoring the cultivation sites that grow it. Every aspect, the transportation, the retail sale at the dispensaries, it's all monitored. It's all overseen. And so we already have a framework in place at the state level. Mm-hmm. So expanding that to recreational use would take some work, but not as much work as it did to get us up for the medical cannabis.
Now, let me ask you, don't you think overall, though, in the aggregate, because each one of these discrete and insular things that you talk about, it sounds good. You make money off the vices of people. But overall, I mean, look what we're doing. We're basically encouraging vice, and that's how we make money, whether it's through gambling, casinos, marijuana, a pool hall in River City, whatever it is. These things are, it seems that we're at root corrupt. I mean, doesn't that ever really bother you?
Candidly, on this issue, it really does. You're not encouraging anybody. You're sure as hell not mandating anybody to do this. What you're recognizing is that there is an illegal market right now. There are a number of people that smoke cannabis, and that we'd be better off having a framework to regulate it. The prohibition argument is a very good one that you brought up before. People were drinking alcohol one way or the other. All prohibition did was increase violence.
Actually, here's the thing.
Illegal sales.
No, you're actually wrong about prohibition. I mean, you're right to a certain extent, but you're not totally right. Prohibition did
relitigate the prohibition.
But the thing is that there were benefits to prohibition.
Right.
You had fewer alcoholics out there. You actually did. So, I mean, I can see going, one way or the other, but let's, recognize the opposing argument. There were fewer addicts out there at the time, and you will increase addiction when you legalize marijuana. You will, even though people say you really don't get addicted to marijuana, but you do.
Well, right. Well, but I don't know about that one because, Bruce, with all due respect, the overwhelming number of studies say that it is not an addictive drug. It is not a gateway drug. And so, again, you can find a study that's going to say, and, we all know that. But the majority of studies will say that, no, this is not the issue that you're seeing happen here.
There are potheads.
So, if approved by the full board, then Cook County voters would be asked, how soon would that happen?
Well, okay, so here, and that's where there's been some confusion. This obviously, the legalization question has to happen at the state level. What we're trying to do is let Cook County voters weigh in. So my measure will be voted on at the December Cook County Board meeting. Yep. If approved, and I'll tell you at this point, I already have 12 sponsors, so I have enough votes to approve it. It will go on the March ballot, and that will simply, give the General Assembly a very good idea of where Cook County voters stand on this. They'll be in session next March, And it would be my hope to get something passed sooner rather than later in Springfield. It'll be tough to pass in an election year. But if it happens the year afterwards, at least we'll get moving on this. And it's worth pointing out that there was a Paul Simon Institute poll that just came out recently that said 2/3 of residents statewide approve legalization, about 70% in Cook County, and about 74% in the city of Chicago. So the public support is there, and now I'm hoping that the political support will be there as well.
All right. Well, thank you, John Fritzsche, Cook County Commissioner. Appreciate your time.
Hey, it's a pleasure to talk to you both.
All right, take care. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Good evening, everyone. Our top story, marijuana is now legal. And it's made everything just so great. We now go to Tricia Takanawa for a report on how awesome a flower looks.
Tom, I'm lying here thinking how a flower doesn't know it's a flower. It just is one. I forgot where I was going with this, Tom.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, your phone calls about the possibility of legalizing recreational marijuana in Illinois. But first, here's your forecast.
And then I got to go to the can, man. Today, cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing with the temperature rising to near 41 by 9 a.m., then falling to around 31 during the remainder of the day. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 22. Friday, snow showers likely mainly before noon, partly sunny with a high near 33. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 40. Cloudy overnight with a low around 37. And Sunday, Bears game at Soldiers Field. A 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 43, mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 34.
So, honey, you only do the forecast. You save the weekend forecast for Friday.
Well, they gave it to me, man. I just put what's in front of me, man. Let's go to Jim Salamonte with traffic. Okay. Yeah. Isn't traffic neat? Isn't it neat how they all go in these lanes just like that and they obey the law and all that? I'm against gapers blocks. I think it's rude to look at that. I'm just okay.
Yeah, mind your own business.
Go ahead, Jim. Yeah.
Thanks, Bruce and Amy. There's no happy place on the inbound Eisenhower. There almost never is, but especially now. It's an hour and 9 minutes from 390 to downtown. Sober up. It's 53 minutes from Mannheim. Or just wait till later. Right now, it's outbound, not too bad. 40 minutes from the post office out to 390. Eden's 23 minutes, like Cook to the junction, outbound 29. Kennedy, an unhappy hour and 2 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 36 minutes from Montrose, 32 in the Express, outbound 34 to the airport. Stevenson, an hour and 5 minutes, 3:55 to the drive, outbound 37 minutes. The Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Southbound Tri-States, though, 120 to Bradley. Northbound, Harlem to 31st, then from the Reagan Tollway most the way to Lawrence, Veterans Memorial. So Mountain to the Reagan Tollway and from the Army Trail Toll to 290. I'm Jim Talamonte, the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Gentlemen, it's No Shave Movember. Time to change the face of your health for the better. Take the first step and get your levels checked by someone you can trust. I personally recommend my friends at Low T Center. That's where I got my levels tested. Their service was fantastic. Their physicians exclusively diagnose and treat men for low testosterone levels. At Low T Center, they know we hate going to the doctor. That's why they make it quick and easy. With their on-site lab, you will get your results back in about 20 minutes, and most health insurance is accepted. This Movember, Low T Center is offering a testosterone and prostate level test with an assessment for just $50. Guys, take the first step. Contact my friends at Low T Center, now with a location in downtown Chicago on the Mag Mile at 625 North Michigan Avenue. Call 312-239-3427. Tell them Dan Prof sent you. That's me. The number 312-239-3427. Call now, 312-239-3427, or visit them online at lowtcenter.com. That website, lowtcenter.com.
If you have pain, listen up, Dennis Prager here. You don't need to live in pain. Let me repeat that. You don't have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, whether it's from an accident or pain that just develops. So Chicagoland, you're in luck. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the nation's most respected and successful pain doctors. He's been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Bottom line, he's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off pain medication condition and all of its side effects. How? By finding the source of your chronic pain and fixing it.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. Let's make you pain-free.
Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain, and you can be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info you need at mypainchicago.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I have been on these supplements from Balance of Nature for a couple of years now. And prior to that, I used other supplements. They did nothing for me. This has been absolutely wonderful. I have never felt so good, and I have felt so much better health-wise. My cholesterol's down. All my numbers are down, and it's been great. So I highly recommend Balance of Nature.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Balance of Nature. Order today.
Hey, would you buy a house without looking inside? Well, of course not. Shouldn't you be just as diligent when choosing a financial advisor? Hey, it's Sean Hannity here, and just as a house is more than four walls, well, a financial advisor is more than just a nice office. What's their background? Do they work in your best interest as a fiduciary? What's their financial specialty? You want to know all these things because the chances are, over your lifetime, you're going to trust them with far more than the value of your home, because knowledge and experience count for a lot in retirement income planning. Here in Chicago, you need to know Anthony and Michael Pellegrino and their team at Goldstone Financial Group. Call them now, 800-620-9697. That's 800-620-9697. Don't be cavalier with what you have spent a lifetime building. Call Goldstone Financial Group, 800-620-9697.
Investment advisory services offered through Goldstone Financial Group, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Scoundrels are not exclusive to politics. They're smart enough to occupy necessity service industries like the automotive business. As a real estate broker, my car is a lifeline and a total necessity to my business and my family, which is why I had to seek out an honest, truthful auto service provider. For over the past decade, I've put my trust in Craigies Mobile Service Center on Lake Street in Addison. Craigies handles full auto repair on foreign and domestic vehicles. They pride themselves on providing you the best cost-effective auto repair and expert advice. Craigies has full service bays and truck lifts that can service and manage your whole fleet. They also provide priority service for your business and can track each vehicle, alerting you to the repair before you need it, keeping your guys on the road. Since 1959, Craigies Mobile Service Center has thrived through 10 presidential administrations, giving you reputable, dependable, and honest auto repair. Do yourself a favor. Just go into Craigies on Lake Street in Addison. See my guy Vic. He'll set you up. Tell him Sean from Elmwood Park sent you. I approve of this message.
Hi, it's me. That little voice inside your head. You spent all year taking care of business. Let Office Depot Office Max take care of you. There's this new HP Pavilion laptop with 8th generation Intel Core i5 processor. Save $200. Now just $449. Look at it. It's only $449 at Office Depot Office Max. Go ahead. You deserve it.
Taking care of business.
Offer ends 11/11. Limit 1.
Before the holidays, it's the little things at CVS Pharmacy that help get you ready for the season. Like decadent Ghirardelli chocolates. Now buy one, get one 50% off. And Hallmark greeting cards for friends and family. CVS Pharmacy offers so many other little things too. Like a $10 CVS Pharmacy cash card. Yours when you spend $30 on select items, including Progresso soup, now 3 for $4. Head to your neighborhood CVS Pharmacy today and save big on all the little things for everyone on your list.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, yeah, flying like an eagle. Possibility of marijuana, recreational marijuana, being legalized in the state of Illinois, because, of course, you have to change the state law for that to happen, but they're putting a referendum to voters.
Is that a drug song?
What? Yeah, it is.
I never knew that. I am so naive.
Putting a referendum on the ballot so voters can decide.
Okay.
Let's go to EJ, who joins us for Rockford. Good morning, EJ. How are you?
Thank you very much. Nice to hear you guys. Been listening to you for a long time.
Thanks.
I just wanted to point out that the real gateway drug is the baby aspirin. You're a baby, and a mother who is the supreme authority figure in your life tells you, take this, dear, it'll make you feel better. And it does. Then you realize you can take things that make you feel different, with or without your mother's permission.
So in
Never
other
thought
words,
of it that way,
because
BJ.
I got
Thank
St.
you.
Joseph's aspirin for children, love the orange flavor. Today, I am a drug addict. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
thanks,
it's a
CJ.
slippery slope. That's
Ricky,
for sure.
Ricky from Lamont. You're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are
Hi.
you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. It's Vicky, actually. And I wanted to say that marijuana is a drug and obviously has side effects. One of the side effects that I know of someone personally who had got a syndrome called depersonalization syndrome. They had to go see a psychologist for counseling, and they're able to handle it now, but they're attributing it to marijuana use. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vic. I mean, look, it's people who say it's like alcohol. I don't think it's any worse than alcohol, but it is like alcohol. There were benefits to prohibition, but I don't want to be, the spoil sport. I don't want to be Elliot Ness here, arresting bootleggers. But there are costs.
Rich and Niles, excuse me. You're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
One of the things I was thinking, they could legalize every prostitution and make the area more healthy, and they could have kind of a Uber operation where you could call up on a phone and they would send someone to your house.
That's
and,
brilliant.
And then they could tax that. They'd make a lot of money off of it.
You know what? Because they're Uber's bringing puppies to people's houses. Why not bring prostitutes?
I think prostitution
Thanks,
would be better with Lyft. I mean,
With
it kind of feels a little better. It gives you a lift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly,
Thank you,
let's
Rich.
squeeze in Joe here, who joins us from the lovely Windy City. Good morning, Joe.
Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks.
That commissioner's a complete horse's ass, and he probably uses marijuana.
No.
Marijuana saps your drive. It turns you into a dope. And here's from somebody whose son started with marijuana, went to cocaine, and died.
Oh.
Fentanyl, heroin.
I'm sorry, Joe. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Our society is being run by morons. There's nothing wrong with being yourself. Undoped, unmedicated. Yeah, there are certain people that do need it, but they need to go to see a physician and be squared for it before they're given it.
Oh, Joe, I'm sorry about the loss of your son. Our condolences go out to you. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, well, the blame game begins as Democrats dominate. Well, what will it mean for the midterm elections? We'll start there with Zelina Zito. But first, let's go into the newsroom and say good morning once again to David Stewart, who's in for Mike Scott.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Bruce. 40 degrees in Chicago, 832 on AM 560. The Answer. Partly sunny and chilly today, high of 43. President Trump blaming past U.S. administrations for setting up a trade imbalance with China. Rick Stengel, former Undersecretary of State under President Obama, tells MSNBC that getting a good deal from China is easier said than done.
It's painstaking and awful negotiating with the Chinese. They don't move their position. You can't really negotiate with them. They just stick to it.
In Beijing, Trump said, who could blame one country for being able to take advantage of another country for its own people's benefit? More than 20 Senate Democrats are introducing a bill to ban assault weapons. The measure would ban the sale, transfer, manufacture, and importation of military-style assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Mayor Emanuel says he favors allowing cab drivers to charge surge pricing and arrange fares with apps as a way to level the playing field with the ride-sharing companies.
The end goal here is safety, and the safety of the rider by ensuring that the driver has been, we have all the kind of necessary checks on their background.
He's talking about using facial recognition technology on the drivers and dropping fingerprinting as a requirement for cab drivers. A man's accused of firing a gun at a security guard working at a housing complex in Chinatown. Police say the suspect fired several rounds at the guard yesterday in the 2200 block of South Stewart Avenue. No one was wounded. The gunman was taken into custody. The PACE Board of Directors voting to raise fares by $0.25 a ride starting next year. The bus service primarily serves the suburbs. It hasn't had an overall fare increase since 2009. The increase to $2 a ride will apply to both regular and paratransit fares. In sports, the Blackhawks head to Philly to play the Flyers. The Bulls host the Pacers tomorrow. News and service of Napa Auto Parts. This month at participating Napa Auto Parts stores, you'll get $10 off when you buy a set of Napa Exact Fit wiper blades. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. While supplies last, the offer expires December 31st. AM 560 News Time 8:34. A check of traffic in 2 minutes on AM 560, The Answer.
Mike Gallagher isn't surprised by the media's behavior anymore.
And of course, the media corruption on this is unbelievable. If you're going to report breathlessly on the indictment of Paul Manafort and this guilty plea by Papadopoulos, how do you not include in your media coverage what we found out about the Clinton campaign and the DNC? But they don't even mention it in the media coverage right now. Shocking. The media's corrupt. I know that's news to you, huh?
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
It's that season again. Get a head start on Black Friday at Cabela's pre-Black Friday sale. Plus, enjoy 14 days of incredible daily deals. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest-growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Gina Labus, President and CEO of Mid-States Glass and Metal and a customer of Signature Bank since 2011. As we expanded our business into all aspects of the glass and metal industry, we needed a bank who could grow along with us. That's when we met Mick O'Rourke, co-founder of Signature Bank. Mick and his team took the time to understand the ebbs and flows of our business. They worked with us to find a solution that would support our growth. Mid-States Glass and Metal is proud to work with Signature Bank because they support Chicagoland women-owned businesses like mine.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At 8:36, from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, David. Eden's inbound, just a little heavy Elston to Montrose. 20 minutes is the drive time. Lake Cook to the junction, outbound 24. But the Kennedy is an hour and 2 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 36 minutes from Montrose, 32 in the Express, outbound 34 to O'Hare. The Eisenhower, an hour and 4 minutes from 390 to downtown. 48 minutes from Manheim, outbound 37 to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 5 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 37 minutes. The Ryan is 35 minutes from 95th to the Loop. I-57, 23 minutes, Sidey to the Merge, Bishop 429. Lakeshore Drive, slow southbound Montrose to North Avenue, northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Southbound Tri-State Heavy 120 to Bradley. Northbound Harlem to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway most of the way to Lawrence. The Adams and Reagan Tollways are fine. Northbound Veterans Memorial, stop and go Boughton to the Reagan Tollway, and from the Army Trail Toll to 290. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
More of Chicago's Morning Answer next, but now the forecast. Partly sunny later on, breezy and cold with a high of only 43. Tonight, partly cloudy, near record temperatures, heading down to 19. Tomorrow, partly sunny and cold, a flurry in the morning with a high eventually of 34. Right now, it's 40 degrees at O'Hare. Next news, 9 o'clock. Continuous coverage of the latest news, traffic, and weather at 560theanswer.com. Now more of Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Lou Bridges Show. Tune in on Saturday mornings at 8 to learn how you might fight foreclosure and keep your home.
Let not your heart be troubled. Listen to me, Sean Hannity. I'll have the latest news and what it all means for you. It's coming up at 2 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
The blame game. Oh, the blame game has begun in Washington. Some pointing fingers at President Trump for the losses in places such as New Jersey, Washington, Maine, and of course, Virginia, where 32,000 more people went to the polls than they did the last gubernatorial race. And here's the reason why.
I want to make sure that my vote actually expresses my disdain and disappointment with our president.
That's, it was an anti-Trump vote. That's why they did what they did. And with the latest on that, and the fact that the state house in Virginia, they used to have 66 state senators, Republican state senators, out of 100. And now it's almost at a dead tie. And it's going to be pretty ugly because 4 races still are too close to call. And with that, we welcome back to the program Zelina Zito. She is from the Washington Examiner and New York Post columnist. And, of course, you've seen her on CNN as a contributor. Good morning, Selena. How are you?
I'm swell. How are you? Thanks so much for having me on.
Well, we're glad to have you back. So what is going on in the state of Virginia?
Well, first of all, Virginia is a blue state. Trump did not win this state. Republicans have not won. They have actually lost 4 out of the last 5 statewide elections. So it's not a state that was going to be reflective of a Trump-type supporter. A couple of things to unpack from this. First of all, midterms are always a brake pedal to a new administration. So you always see gains in down ballot races against the party in power, and so what you saw on Tuesday was normal, but you saw it in a higher intensity because you saw it in a blue state. So if you take a look at the special elections that happened before this, there were 5 special elections in House districts. They were all Republican districts. Republican won all of them. This is a blue state. As Trump lost, and the Republicans lost in the state. So the governor's race, the statewide race there, I would consider that normal. What is concerning and troubling for the Republican Party is how many down ballot seats. So the super local delegate races. The Republicans got squashed in Virginia, and they're darn close to losing their majority. There's a couple of races that are now, into recounts. So, that's where, that's sort of the meat of the problem. They really need to analyze what's going on with voters that they're turning away from their local Republicans. Is it at the president? Is it that the House in the Senate and Congress have been unable to pass any legislation? That's, I think, what they need to analyze.
Well, do you think, Republicans should run with or from President Trump? I mean, Gillespie, he didn't mention President Trump once. He never campaigned with him. Do you think that hurt him?
Nah, the Trump coalition showed up. Just more Democrats showed up, and there's 2 reasons for that. Hillary was no longer on the ballot. She was not a very beloved candidate among Democrats, Republicans, or independents. And, this gave the voters that didn't show up last year the ability to voice their concerns about Trump, to voice their displeasure with him. So that's why you saw a higher turnout among Democrats. Trump coalition stayed together. That didn't move. But in the governor's race, but they're letting him and Congress know, hey, do something. And in terms of what Republicans should do to hold their seats, they're not going to hold them size the majority they have now, but to hold on to a majority. I personally think that each race is local and specific to the district that those members live in. So, if it works in your district to be supportive of the president, do that. If it works in your district to only be supportive of the president on certain issues, do that. If it works in your district to run like heck away from him, do that. I think we nationalize, not meaning you or I, but the political parties nationalize these races, and they try to make them presidential-like, and they try to make each district the same as, they like Brooklyn the same as, Peoria, and they're not. And so I think that's the challenge for Republicans.
Or the Cook County suburbs. Great summary by you, but let me ask you this. It doesn't seem like anybody's going to learn any lessons here in the Republican coalition, because if you listen to like the Laura Ingrams, I mean, her immediate knee-jerk response was, he wasn't Trumpian enough. You've got to double down on the Trumpism. And, of course, the never-Trumpers in the conservative movement will say, well, this was a tsunami and it was caused by Trump. So it doesn't seem like anybody's going to learn a lesson. But as you mentioned, and I think it was even David Harsanyi who said this the other day, but I even said that before he did, was that Had Marco Rubio been the president of the United States or Ted Cruz, there would have been this reaction by the Democrats who would have been incensed. And as you have said, this is what always happens with an incumbent president.
Yeah, absolutely. People can play scenarios up there as much as they want, but not meaning you. But like, had Marco Rubio, blah blah blah, whatever. The Republican would have lost. Virginia is a blue state. Every once in a while, the Republicans get lucky in a statewide race, but it hasn't happened in forever. It's just, I mean, McDonald was like an outlier in 2009, and that was the beginning of a wave election cycle. So there's much more to learn from McDonald in Virginia in 2009 in terms of, whoa, we got something going on here. And I would compare the down ballot seats in Virginia, in Pennsylvania, where you saw some flips away from Republicans. Those are the things that I would analyze.
All right, Selena.
And to make, yeah.
Okay. Yesterday was a one-year anniversary, believe it or not, our President Trump's election. How do you think he's doing with 1 year down?
I think that if you want to know how he is among his voters, the people that supported him, that hasn't moved. In fact, I would argue nothing has changed since November 8th, 2006.
Right.
Really?
I agree.
At midnight, and you're happy and optimistic. If you didn't like him, you still believe he's illegitimate, you still believe the popular vote is more important, and you still believe that the Russians had something to do with it. Wow. And that has not changed.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much, Selena Zito. We appreciate your time this morning. Selena Zito with Washington Examiner reporter, New York Post columnist, CNN contributor. No, it's actually said for CNN. They call it a contributor. Yeah, exactly. She does it all, and she joined us on our Alarm Detection Systems TrafficCenter.com hotline.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Kidding. She joined us on our turnkey.pro text line.
I knew that's what you meant.
Answer line.
Yeah.
Whatever. We have a text line and an answer line. And they've both been very busy this morning.
No, I can understand the confusion.
Busy in the weather department because we have snow coming. Yes.
We have several days worth of forecasts here.
Just give us today and tomorrow.
Okay, today cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing with a temperature rising to near 41 by 9, then falling to around 31 during the remainder of the day, partly cloudy overnight with a low around 22. Tomorrow, snow showers likely mainly before noon, partly sunny with a high near 33, partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Bruce. Morning, Amy. Tri-State southbound heavy 120 to Bradley, northbound from the 83rd Street toll to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway much of the way to Lawrence. Northbound Veterans Memorial still a bit tight. 75th to the Reagan Tollway and Army Trail to 290. Southbound 53 is slow. Euclid Kirchhoff. Eden's 20 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose. Outbound 24. Kennedy an hour and 6 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. 44 minutes from Montrose. 38 in the Express. Outbound 30 minutes to the airport on the Eisenhower. Looking at an hour and 4 minutes. 390 to downtown. Outbound 37 minutes. Stevenson an hour and 5 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 37 minutes. The Ryan, it's 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
With the holidays approaching, now's the perfect time to purchase 2 gifts and only pay for 1. Or give a gift and keep one for yourself. The MyPillow buy one, get one free offer is back. I urge you to go online or call now and take advantage by using the promo code AMY. You'll get the absolute best deal available. I personally love my MyPillow. As a matter of fact, my wife and I were fighting over the MyPillow. I kid you not, the other day because I don't know what happened to mine.
You crazy cats.
And she didn't like it. She was like the princess and the pea with her MyPillow. She wanted her MyPillow. I swear to you, that is a true story, true testimonial. Now, Amy gets a great night's sleep by moving the fill to give her the support she needs regardless of her sleep position. And she never wakes up with a stiff neck or headache. The pillows are made in America. You can wash and dry them. They're hypoallergenic. Plus, have a 10-year 1-year warranty and 60-day money-back guarantee. It's great to know you're supporting a company that helped thousands of hurricane victims. So get your buy one, get one free MyPillows as gifts or for yourself by calling 800-489-0201 and use the promo code Amy, or visit mypillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code Amy.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
We are so thrilled with this product. He was literally getting up, laying on the couch, and falling asleep. He's so alert. It's amazing, totally amazing. This is a great product. His sodium levels have been low for, I would say, maybe close to 20 years. He's normal now, and this is the first time, and I can't even thank you enough.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Order today.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. America's strength is that she's a free nation. Our weakness is we've stopped defending the foundations of our freedom. Non-behavioral characteristics like race and religion take precedence over shared beliefs as it relates to who is granted entrance to America, to the extent permission is required at all. This in spite of the fact that there is plenty of identity diversity that occurs naturally within a global population that shares a common commitment to peaceful pluralism. The temperature in K-12 is approaching Fahrenheit 451 as school districts move to ban literary masterworks like To Kill a Mockingbird because the language may offend. A recent survey of college undergrads finds 1 in 5 believes violence is acceptable to silence someone who makes a hurtful statement. Private property is seized by the state if you refuse to participate in events that violate your religious beliefs. You make too little. You make too much. You don't pay enough. You didn't build that. You need not apply. You must check your privilege. You must use these pronouns. You can't use those words. As Thomas Paine wrote, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. If we continue to acquiesce to those who would cheapen our freedoms, we will all pay dearly.
Got your head in the IT cloud? How are things in there? Confusing? When your business is considering the location for your precious data, or if you're already using the cloud and can't seem to navigate through, Turnkey IT is ready to clear things up. You need to be ready. It's estimated that by 2020, over 78% of all small businesses will be partially or totally using the cloud. The truth is, it's great for everyone in some way, but in what way for you? Turnkey IT can help your business understand the cloud and help you utilize it safely and securely. And sure, you may already be using Office 365, but there's so much more that the cloud can do. Turnkey IT is eager to educate you on what's best for your business. And don't forget, if you're frustrated by the lack of responsiveness or the high cost of your current IT company, Turnkey can help with that too. Clear up the cloudiness when it comes to the latest technology. Be sure your business is current. Visit turnkey.pro to make contact today. Turnkey.pro.
Savings based on 2-year protection plan compared to T-Mobile premium device protection as of July 12, 2017. SquareTrade does not cover lost or stolen items. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting a new phone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So, protecting your phone is a smart idea. But phone insurance through your wireless carrier can cost as much as $15 every month. Switch to SquareTrade phone protection instead, for half the cost of insurance through your wireless carrier. And you could save $200 or more. It's like protecting 2 phones for the price of 1. SquareTrade covers accidents like drops and spills with easy same-day repair options. Part of the Allstate family, we're trusted by over 30 million customers with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And switching to SquareTrade is easy. How else can you save $200 in 10 minutes? So don't wait. Switch today.
Switch to SquareTrade now and you can save over $200. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
It's time for Shrink's Smoking Gun November AR sale. Save with 10% off all in-stock new and used AR-type rifles, AR receivers, accessories, and ammo. That includes LWRC, Smith & Wesson, Civilian Force Arms, Colt, and more. Shrinks will sweeten the deal with 2 free 20-round Magpul mags when you purchase any 5.56 rifle through Black Friday. Whether you buy out of the box or build your own, Shrinks can set you up. Not sure? Well, Shrink's expert staff helps you find the best options. With the largest selection of new use and consignment firearms in Lake County, you'll avoid the Cook County firearm and ammo tax with just a short drive north. For gunsmithing, you can count on family-owned Schranks for over half a century. And, of course, cigar lovers, stock up from Schrank's humidors. Don't miss Schrank's November AR sale. Visit SmokeTheLetterNGun.org for Black Friday deals or call 847-662-4034. Shrink Smoking Gun in Waukegan, your family-owned gun store since 1964.
Varicose and spider veins. Wow, what a gift from my mom. She had them, I got them, and not only are they uncomfortable and sometimes painful, but I stopped wearing skirts and shorts because I was embarrassed and I really hated the way my legs looked. When my kids asked me, "What are those things on your legs?" I was done. I finally went to Vein Clinics of America. The procedure took about an hour, and I was right back to work. What they're doing with lasers these days is unbelievable. The staff made me feel so comfortable, and the results, well, even my husband has noticed. Vein Clinics of America has been treating vein disease for over 35 years. They're the largest and most experienced in the U.S. Look, I've been doing the commercials for Vein Clinics for years because I really believe in them, and you can trust them too. The best part, my insurance covered the procedure, so stop hiding your legs. Call Vein Clinics of America right now for your free consultation. Call 800-960-0303. 800-960-0303. That's 800-960-0303.
AM 560, The Answer.
Let's squeeze in some phone calls here. 312-642-5600. We were talking about the anti-Trump votes in places such as Virginia, New Jersey. Let's go to Tom, who joins us from Schaumburg. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Amy.
So and Bruce. Say good morning to Bruce.
Bruce is there. Bruce,
hi, Tom.
The other day. Me and some of my friends were talking about you.
And my ears were burning, and other parts of me were burning too, but they had nothing to do with you. But go ahead.
No, we were talking about guys that look good in a thong, and your name came up.
Thank you.
I just wanted you to know that.
Sure.
So anyway, you think it's an anti-Trump vote? No, it's just the opposite. Because what did the Trump supporters in Illinois do to Mark Kirk? Knowing full well that we had to employ a full-blown communist in his place, we have no use for rhinos, and that's exactly what happened to Gillespie. He didn't want to endorse Trump, and the Trump supporters said, you know what, we need you as much
But that's not true. That's not what happened with the results. He got 9 out of 10. He got more support than Trump did among Republicans. They just didn't have the turnout that the Democrats did. So, I mean...
that's it.
Their state house turned.
So you're just saying there would have been more Republicans turning out. That's what you're saying.
I want you to think seriously about the policies. And Amy, this is something you're not going to believe. About 6-7 weeks ago, I stopped by a friend's house. Mm-hmm. He was having trouble with a little home improvement project. Now, this is a wealthy guy. His wife is an attorney. He's in management. They live in a neighborhood where homes start at $500,000 and go up from there. I was leaving his place at about 11:30 in the morning on Saturday, and I saw a garage sale sign. I said, man, you never see that in a neighborhood like this. Usually these kind of people just throw stuff on the curb. They don't really want to deal with the great unwashed by having a garage sale.
Sure.
I was talking to this woman. Turns out, I kind of felt sorry for her. She's in her mid-50s, lost her husband a couple of years ago. 2 more years before she can retire. She's a teacher. So I said, well, my daughter's a teacher. What age group do you teach? She says, well, my kids are anywhere from, pre-teens to in their mid-20s. I said, well, how does that happen? What class do you teach? She says, I teach English to kids that don't speak any English and are just learning it, and I teach them how to speak English. I said, oh, wow. She says, yeah, and 95% of my kids are refugees that just came here from the Mideast. I says, really? I says, that has to be challenging. She says, some are so adorable, I just want to take them home and raise them. And then I remember just exactly what I'm dealing with, because about a month ago, I asked them a question. If you could do anything at all in America that you wanted to do, what would be number 1 on your list? She says, I'm just going to give you the top 2 answers. Number 1 was blow up the White House, and number 2 was kill the infidels. She said, I guess I should be happy for that. It was only their second choice was to kill people like me. Now, this is a woman in her mid-50s that's a union teacher in a suburban school district, and this is what she deals with. This is coming straight from the horse's mouth. I don't make this stuff up.
All right.
These
Thanks,
are the
Tom.
policies.
No, I understand, Tom. And
Thanks, Tom,
he wasn't even talking about Dearborn, Michigan there. But that's what we should be vetting for, is those who believe in Sharia law. It's not a religious thing. It's a political thing. Sharia law. That's what extreme vetting should be.
All right. Changing gears real quickly. There was a plane that was forced to land in India because a woman, while her husband was sleeping, she used his fingerprint to unlock his phone, and she found out that he was cheating her. Yeah, he was sleeping, and she had his cell phone, and she put his finger
on his cell phone
to unlock it.
That
And
is
she
really sneaky.
That's awesome. And she found out he was cheating on her.
She found out, and then they had to land the plane, right? Because there was a fight.
She had such a violent reaction in midair that they couldn't calm her down. They tried 3 different times to calm her down, but she was screaming and throwing her arms, and she had her kids with her too. And so they got off the plane, and the husband went one way, the mom and the kids went the other.
So it wasn't really the Mile High Club. It was more the Mile High rolling pin. Not a club, but a rolling pin, because she really swacked him.
But you think it's sneaky?
Well, yes, but
I think it's brilliant.
It was brilliant, and she, found out something she didn't really want to know about, at least on the flight, I guess.
Well, thanks so much for making us part of your morning. Thanks to Bruce Wolf, who's sitting in for Dan Proft, and you'll be